जालिम तमाज़तें उसके करम की सर पे जो चादर तनी न हो.
Requesting everybody to please give a round of applause. And please.
I request the entire gathering to rise up from your stage, from your seats, and welcome our guest. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome our guests. The chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Markande Kadju, former Chairman, Press Council of India, and former Judge, Supreme Court of India. With a huge round of applause, again, let us welcome our Honorable Mr. Justice Markande Kadju, former Chairman, Press Council of India, and former Judge, Supreme Court of India. Justice N. Santosh Hegde, ex-Lokayukta, Government of Karnataka, and former Judge, Supreme Court of India. Mr. Rizwan Arshad, MLA, Shivajinagar, Bangalore. Dr. Rafiullah Beg, Director of Handwriting Expert, India Private Limited. Mr. Abdul Mannan Seth, General Secretary, Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee. And our beloved Chairman, Dr. Abdul Subhan, Falcon Group of Institution. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome all the dignitaries. I request the gathering to please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Uzair Khalid to the stage to deliver welcome speech.
Thank you, Usma ma'am. A very good morning and assalamu alaikum. Before I proceed with the formal welcome of our dignitaries and chief guests present on the dais, I would just like to take a moment to take the energy of this room beyond the roofs, inshallah. So I want you all to pay a little attention to me. To arz kiya hai, but in English. All right, I need you boys, I need that energy. Come on, now listen up. In the halls of Falcon, dreams take flight. Thank you. With the hearts of courage, eyes on the light. From NEET to UPSC, they rise. Great 10 stars now touch the skies. एक और मर्तबा अर्ज किया है. Books in hand and hope in soul, they marched ahead to reach their goals. Through every trial, every test, they gave their all, they gave their best. Not just success, but stories made of sleepless nights and dues they paid. They broke the limits, dared the climb, with grit that stood the test of time. Oh, Falcon flame, forever burn, for every child who dares to learn. The world shall watch, the world shall see. Falcons were born to lead and to be free. Thank you. Thank you so much for paying a little attention. I'd like to now welcome our chief guests on the dais. So it is with immense pride and honor that we welcome our chief guest for the Young Achievers Summit, a distinguished jurist, a fearless voice of reason, and a relentless advocate for truth and justice is none other than Honorable Mr. Justice Markande Karju. We are deeply honored to have him with us today to deliver the keynote address on the theme Youth and Our National Aim, a topic that resonates deeply in today's transformative times. But before that, please join me in welcoming Honorable Mr. Justice Markande Karju with a round of applause. I request our chairman to felicitate and honor our chief guest. Dear audience, please put your hands together. Thank you, sir. I request you to please take your seat. Next, it's a privilege to welcome one of India's most respected voices in the fight for justice, accountability, and integrity, Honorable Justice N. Santosh Hegde, sir. We are truly privileged to have him here with us today, and we eagerly look forward to his thoughts and reflections that are sure to enrich this gathering and leave a lasting impact on our youth. I request the audience to please give away a round of applause. Next, we'd like to welcome a dynamic youth leader and committed public servant, Honorable Mr. Rizwan Arshad, sir, member of the Legislative Assembly from Nagar, Bangalore. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Rizwan Arshad, sir. And now, it is a privilege to welcome a veteran leader, a visionary educator, and a lifelong advocate for social upliftment. He's none other than Mr. Abdul Mannan Seth, General Secretary of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee and the Chairman Emeritus of the Falcon Group of Institution. We're truly honored by his presence today. So I request the audience to give away a round of applause to Mr. Abdul Mannan Seth. Next, we'd like to welcome the handwriting and memory expert and the director of Handwriting Institute of India, Dr. Rafiullah Beg. Dear audience, please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Rafiullah Beg to our today's program. Mr. Nasir Ahmed, sir, is the member of the Karnataka Legislative Council and Political Secretary to the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka. We are honored by his presence here today. His leadership and experience are sure to inspire the young achievers gathered here. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Nasir Ahmed, sir. And with that, I bid adieu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uzair, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to honor the exceptional achievements of our UPSC NEET toppers, SSLC toppers, and achievers in co-curriculum activities. It is my privilege to invite our esteemed chairman, Dr. Abdul Subhan, to the podium. Under his visionary leadership, our institution has consistently fostered excellence and inspired countless students. Please join me in welcoming the chairman of Falcon Group of Institution, Dr. Abdul Subhan.
A very good morning to everybody here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Many of you are students. I was one, and I remember, I think I've not told Justice Markanday Kaju this thing, that I was a law student. And I'm talking about 2009, 10, and 11. In the country, for any law student, there would be only one hero, and that hero would name as Justice Markanday Kaju. And I was lucky enough, that time he was he was a judge in Supreme Court. He had held a different various posts as a Chief Justice of Kerala High Court, Madras High Court. He was in Delhi High Court also. But that time, he was very famous, and I was a law student. And I happened to participate at a moot court competition in Allahabad. And in the concluding ceremony, he was a chief guest. And I think the students from across the country had come. And I happened to qualify in the finals of Allahabad Law College moot court competition, and I got the appreciation from him, and that was the biggest day of my life that time. I'm talking about 2009 and 10. We are so privileged and honored that he's here. This event of Young Achievers Summit is nothing but what Falcon always tried for. We never had this dream to build a very big campus. I never imagined that we will have multiple campuses, we'll earn how much and this much, and with that money we will do this much. Never had any of that calculation. That was just a burning desire as to how we can add some value into the lives of these so many hundreds and thousands of students who did not have the dreams. I'm talking about those days in 2014 when I had to give up anything and everything what I had dreamed for my own self, where I had a good life, I had a good career, left Ministry of External Affairs just so that in Bangalore city, the situation was, it was only a doctor's son who can dream to be a doctor. IIT was a distant dream. Nobody could even think of IIT. People thought IIT means ITI because there was no awareness about it. UPSC was nobody could even imagine. Only a IAS officer or a KS officer's son can imagine to become a UPSC, somebody who can crack UPSC. And in 2014 is when we made one small effort, nothing but very small, very humble effort. I didn't have anything but one burning desire to add some value and bring some change. And that positive change was, how do we give dreams to so many who don't dare to dream? That was the biggest motivation for me, because I had a very difficult upbringing where I come from one of the most backward district of Karnataka. A Madrasa dropout, a boy who hailed from a Urdu medium, who could not speak one proper sentence of English till the time I landed in Bangalore. For that kind of person to start looking at this world and a canvas where I was in UK, I was studying one of the best universities of the world, I was participating in international competitions, and then my aspirations grew, and then I wanted to be in IMF and World Bank. But when I saw the stark reality of the society, where it was not just one or two, I was able to see so many children who lacked the very basic dream or aspiration. Because for them, if you want to study, they used to ask, the parents used to say, what is the point of studying? Anyway, my child has to sit in my shop. Or anyway, we will not become something because it will cost so much. Any institution that time would have a child going to the institution, then going to a tuition center in the evening, and somewhere in the weekend, the child has to go to a coaching center. I said, this is not what the system should be. We will take care of the entire responsibility of the children, and we will give dreams to these children. I traveled to every nook and corner of this state. I traveled to every taluka of the state and then talked about that children can dream and they can dream big. I went to all the government schools. I went to Urdu medium schools. Then from there I started picking up children. That was my first year, I'm telling you. And from that first year, from the government school, from a Kannada medium, orphan children, when I adopted in the very first batch, they became the topper of the state. And those children are now in #1 medical college, they are the topper, alhamdulillah. My children are today studying in #1 medical college of the country, in AIMS Medical College. And it is not some child whose father is a doctor, is a daily wage laborer's son, whose father earns 300 rupees a day, who works in a chicken shop as a daily wage laborer. That child is now in AIMS. And today morning, Nadeem messaged me, one of my students, when I conducted the examination across Karnataka to select students for the UPSC, everybody mocked at me saying that how anybody can clear UPSC, especially in Bidar. In the history, 70 years history of Bidar, nobody had cleared UPSC. My own father told me, "Bete, how it is going to work out?" I said, I want to be the change maker somehow, somewhere I want to do something which is possible. I adopted that Nadeem boy. His father said, I was charging for food. Accommodation was free, coaching was free, everything was free, only food I was charging. His father said, I am not employed from last 3 years, I can't afford even food. I said, let's do something. We'll do distribution of cost. I'll take care of the 50% of the food cost also. And that Nadeem today is an IPS officer in Kannur district. He is the superintendent of police. And he created history in Bidar, became the first person to clear UPSC. But his story doesn't end there. His younger brother used to come and stay in my hostel, especially during Ramzan, because Sahri was not available. He was studying in engineering college here. That boy is an IAS officer of Karnataka cadre. And that is the only family in the country you will see when one boy is IAS, other boy is IPS. And this year, what are we celebrating? Falcon has produced results. Last year, we gave good UPSC results. 5 students cleared UPSC. This year, another 4 students cleared UPSC. But 2025, the UPSC prelims, 17 students of Falcon cleared UPSC prelims, which is again one of the highest number of UPSC careers. This year, we are going to witness the spectacular result of Falconites in the NEET 2025. This is not an ordinary result. I am telling it to you, there are enough of institutions. There are institutions with more than 100 years of history in this state or other neighboring states. But today, in 2025, I just told you some time back that Falcon in the state, the entire south of India, in the state of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, today Falcon is #1 in the respect of NEET result in 2025, with respect to highest marks scored by a student of Falcon and the highest success rate by the Falconite. And it is all by so many students. You will see, you will meet them. Most of them are first generational learners. Most of them are the first generational learners, and you will, this event, we will felicitate and acknowledge those students. After that, we are long waiting to hear the visionaries, especially Justice Santosh Hegde and Justice Markanday Kaju, Mr. Rizwan Arshad Saab and Nasir Saab. No, we have not done coaching for the NDA and other things, which we will start hopefully soon. We have one more justice. Can we? On our invite, I'm so glad that Honorable Justice Sudha Madam has accepted our invitation. Can we request Madam to please come over the stage, Madam? Please. Justice. Please. I'm so glad that today this event, marks, I think, one of the event where we see all the legal luminaries of the India are sitting here. Today, we'll make this occasion a very special occasion by calling those UPSC prelims cleared candidates to the stage so that we will honor them, and we have a very special scholarships for those students. Can we have Sarfaraz Hafizullah? Do we have Sarfaraz Hafizullah here? Okay, please come over, Mr. Sarfaraz. Mr. Harish R. Dodamani, Ubaid Bashir Shah. Can we have Raja Sahab Husaina? Can we have Muhammad Hussain Deginal, Muhafiz M. Ghauri? Can we have all of them here so that we can do it a little faster? Saifullah Pirzadeh, Muhammad Asif, Aisha Anam Khatib. Can we have Tausif Ahmad Sabri, Tausifullah Khan? Please give a round of applause. It is not a joke. Lakhs, more than 10 lakh students to write this examination. This is unprecedented. This is the first time ever we are seeing this kind of result. Shaji Sardar Khan, Ahmed F.H. Can we have everybody here? I'm so glad. I request Mr. Rizwan Arshad and Mr. Markande Kaju. Can you all come in front? Please, towards the front.
We need to felicitate them, right? So we'll call them one by one.
So let us all congratulate the UPSC preliminary examination achievers. Sarfaraz Hafizullah, Harish R. Dodamani, Ubaid Bashir Shah, Raja Sahab Hussain Shah, Muhammad Hussain Dinagal, Muhafiz M. Ghori, Saifullah A. Pirjan, Muhammad Ashik, then Aisha Anam Khatib, Tausif Ahmad Sabari, Tausifullah Khan, Shaji Sardar Khan, and Ahmad F.H. Can we all applaud for their achievements? standard toppers, I'll only do. With a huge round of applause, again, let us congratulate them for their achievement. I came across this motivational speech. Hate has 4 letters, but so does love. Enemies have 7 letters, but so does friends. Lying has 5 letters, but so does truth. Failure has 7 letters, but so does success. Cry has 3 letters, but so does joy. And negativity has 10 letters, and so does positivity. You always have a choice, so choose the better side. Now let us felicitate our 10 standard toppers. We have Karnataka State Rank 1, Shagufta Anjum, who scored 625 on 25. 625.
Her father is a imam in the masjid. She hails from a government school, and she wants to be in the AIMS, Delhi. And a girl from a very small village of Karnataka secured state first rank in 2025. 625 out of 625. Can you give a big round of applause for her? Come here. Come here.
We are not stopping here. We have another Karnataka State Rank 3 student, that is Khatija Gadwalla, with 623 out of 625. A huge round of applause to Khatija. We have our third topper, Karnataka State Rank 5, Yusra, with 621 out of 625. So Falcon proudly invites 3 toppers, state toppers of SSLC board. I again repeat their names. Karnataka State Rank 1, Shagufta Anjum with 625 on 25. State Rank 3, Khatija Gadwalla with 623 out of 625. And State Rank 5, Yusra with 621 out of 625. I repeat the state rank, Karnataka State Rank 5. Now let us welcome our chief guest, Mr. Abdul Ahad, IPS, Senior Superintendent of Police, Government of Karnataka, to the dais. Let us also welcome Sir with felicitation. I request Subhan sir to do the honors. Achievers, co-curricular activities later.
Next speaker.
Next we'll call speaker. Speech guest of honor. We'll ask him to speak.
Okay. This felicitation of achievers of UPSC 10th, and there are many other achievers, but we will not continue with that right now. We will have few speeches of our guests here, because this is a very important occasion for us to learn from them. To start with, first to start with, I request our local MLA, a very popular, dynamic local MLA of Shivaji Nagar, Bangalore, Mr. Rizwan Arshad, to please speak to the audience.
Good morning, everyone. गुड आफ्टरनून हो गया, सॉरी मैं लेट हो गया हूँ शायद। सो अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि बरकातहू। आज हम सब के लिए यहाँ पे मौजूद इस हॉल में हर एक शख्स के लिए एक बहुत खुशी का, मसरत का दिन है। सिर्फ जो यहाँ आप स्टूडेंट्स हैं, सिर्फ आपके लिए नहीं, बल्कि यहाँ मौजूद सब के लिए, हमारे हिंदुस्तान के सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बहुत ही इज्जत मआब जस्टिस रहे मार्कंडेय काटजू साहब के लिए, और कर्नाटक में अगर कोई सिंसियरिटी के लिए, ईमानदारी के लिए जाना जाता है और जिन्होंने कर्नाटक रियासत के करप्शन को, लूट मार को रोकने के लिए सबसे बड़ी कोशिश जिन्होंने की, जनाब संतोष हेगड़े साहब यहाँ मौजूद हैं। चीफ मिनिस्टर के पॉलिटिकल सेक्रेटरी और फॉर्मर मिनिस्टर जनाब नसीर अहमद साहब यहाँ हैं। अब्दुल अहद साहब यहाँ मौजूद हैं जो एसपी हैं, आईपीएस ऑफिसर हैं। रफ़ीउल्लाह बेग साहब बहुत अच्छा बात करते हैं, वो हैं। अब्दुल मन्नान साहब यहाँ मौजूद हैं। लेकिन सबसे बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि हम सबको यहाँ जोड़ने की जिन्होंने कोशिश की, नौजवान हैं, फाल्कन इंस्टीट्यूट के चेयरमैन हैं अब्दुल सुभान। मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, बहनों, भाइयों, ऐसे वक्त पर आप और हम यहाँ जमा हुए हैं जब पूरे हिंदुस्तान में हमको पंचर वाला कहा गया है। आप टीवी देखते हैं, न्यूज़ सुनते हैं, न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं। हिंदुस्तान में क्या हो रहा है आपको पता है? कैसे पता है जनाब? न्यूज़ देखते हैं ना, टीवी पेपर पढ़ते हैं। लेकिन आपको तो पता है कि क्या हो रहा है हमारे साथ, आज क्या सलूक हो रहा है, किस तरीके का बर्ताव हो रहा है, किन नाइंसाफियों से हमें गुजरना पड़ रहा है, ये हम और आप बखूबी जानते हैं। जानते हैं कि नहीं जानते? जानते हैं जी। जिस वक्त पर हमें ये कहा जा रहा है कि आप पंचर वाले हैं, आपको पंचर डालना या छोटे छोटे समाज में जो काम है उसके अलावा आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, आप ऐसी कौम है जो आपसे ज़्यादा कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं हो सकता, जब ऐसा कहा जा रहा है, ऐसे वक्त पर यह और बात है कि पंचर डालना, मेहनत और मजदूरी से कूली मजदूरी करना, छोटे छोटे काम इस समाज में जो करते हैं हम लोग, जो हमारे भाई बहन करते हैं, ये कोई छोटा काम नहीं है या कोई बहुत बड़े बिजनेस से ये कोई मतलब कोई गलत काम नहीं है। बट इसके बावजूद हमें पंचर डालने वाला, पंचर वाला कहा गया। ये मैं उनको ये कहना चाहूँगा कि डाका डालने वाले से पंचर डालने वाला बहुत बेहतर है, बहुत बेहतर है। ऐसे वक्त पर मेहनत और मुशक्क़त के साथ आप लोगों ने पढ़ाई की, फैल्कन इंस्टीट्यूट ने आपको गाइड किया, आपको एनकरेज किया, आपकी सलाहियतों को, टैलेंट को पहचाना और आपको एक प्लेटफॉर्म दिया, और आप में जो आपके अंदर जो एजुकेशनल सलाहियतें हैं, तालीमी जो सलाहियत हैं, उसको उजागर किया, और उसके ज़रिए आप आज एक्सेल हुए हैं, एग्जामिनेशंस में एक्सेल हुए हैं। आप जो पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं उस कोर्सेस में एक्सेल किए हैं, जो बच्चे कभी सोच नहीं सकते थे, जिनके माँ बाप कभी सोच नहीं सकते थे कि हम हमारे बच्चों को इस मुल्क के प्रीमियर इंस्टीट्यूशंस में दाखिला करवा सकते हैं, डॉक्टर्स बना सकते हैं, इंजीनियर्स बना सकते हैं, आईएएस आईपीएस ऑफिसर्स बना सकते हैं। ये कभी ख्वाब में भी जब नहीं सोच सकते थे, ऐसे माहौल में आज आप लोग जमा हुए हैं। मैं मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूं अब्दुल सुभान को और सारे फैल्कन इंस्टीट्यूशन के हर एक फैकल्टी को जिन्होंने मेहनत की, मुशक्क़त की, आप लोगों के पीछे उनका सारा सरमाया, सारे उनकी कैपेबिलिटीज जो है, सलाहियतें हैं, वो खर्च कर दी और आज आपको इस लायक बनाया कि आप आगे चलकर इस देश की इस मुल्क के बेहतरीन से बेहतरीन इंस्टीट्यूशंस में आप दाखिला ले सकें, वहां से कोर्स कंप्लीट कर सकें और जब आप बाहर निकलेंगे तो डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, ऑफिसर्स बनकर, साइंटिस्ट बनकर निकलेंगे। मैं आपसे इतना कहना चाहूंगा कि आज हमारी ये हालत क्यों है, इस समाज में हमें बराबरी का हिस्सा क्यों नहीं दिया जा रहा है, वो इज्जत से हमें क्यों नहीं देखा जा रहा है, उस इज्जत की निगाह से? क्योंकि क्या हम इंसान नहीं हैं? क्या हम दूसरों के बराबर नहीं हैं? लेकिन हमारे में तालीमी कमी है, यह हमें मानना पड़ेगा। हमारे में जदीद तालीम की कमी है, मॉडर्न एजुकेशन की कमी है, ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूशंस की कमी है जो हमारे अंदर, हमारे बच्चों के अंदर जो नेचुरल कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, उन कैपेबिलिटीज को पहचान कर उनको उजागर कर कर इंस्टीट्यूशंस को भेजकर आपको पढ़ाई कर सकें। तो आज बहुत जरूरी ये था कि फैल्कन जैसे इंस्टीट्यूशंस और आगे आए और ज्यादा इंस्टीट्यूशन सेटअप हों, हमारे बच्चों को ऐसा एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिले कि वो ऊंची आसमान की ऊंचाइयों तक उड़ सके। पूरी दुनिया टेक्नोलॉजी आने के बाद बहुत छोटी हो चुकी है, पूरी दुनिया एक गांव की तरह हो चुकी है। बेंगलोर में बैठकर आप न्यूयॉर्क और एम्स्टर्डम में क्या हो रहा है 1 सेकंड में मालूम कर सकते हैं। इजराइल और ईरान की जंग में क्या हो रहा है आप 1 सेकंड में यहां पहचान सकते हैं। ऐसी दुनिया में अगर तालीम नहीं हो तो आप कहीं के नहीं रह गए। फलस्तीन पे इजराइल का हमला हुआ, कई हजार लोगों को मार दिया गया, छोटे छोटे बच्चों के साथ क्या सलूक हुआ, हजारों बच्चों को मार दिया गया। क्यों नहीं फलस्तीन खड़ा हो सका? क्यों नहीं कोई भी एक मुल्क उसके सामने खड़ा हो सका? इसलिए नहीं खड़ा हो सका क्योंकि उनके पास टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी, उनके पास मॉडर्न वेपनरी नहीं थी। अगर उनके पास टेक्नोलॉजी होती, अगर उनके पास मॉडर्न वेपनरी होती तो हो सकता है जो जुल्म मासूम बच्चों पे हुआ है उस जुल्म को रोक पाते। वो नहीं रोक पाए क्योंकि उनके पास टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी। टेक्नोलॉजी कहां से आती है? एजुकेशन से आती है। अगर एजुकेशन नहीं है, दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा वेपन क्या है? एजुकेशन है। अगर एजुकेशन आपके पास, हमारे पास नहीं है तो हमारे पास कोई ऐसी डिफेंस नहीं होगा जिसके जरिए ना हम महफूज हो सकते हैं, ना इंसानियत को महफूज रख सकते हैं। दोस्तों, मैं इतना कहूंगा कि अरबिक में एक कहावत है, अर्रिजलु बिला इल्मी लका जसदा बिला रूह। बिना इल्म का जो इंसान है बिना रूह के जिस्म के मानिंद है। क्या है? बिना इल्म का इंसान बिना रूह के जिस्म के मानिंद है। अगर हम में इल्म नहीं है तो हम बिना रूह के हैं। हम में इल्म नहीं है तो हम जिंदा नहीं हैं। जिंदा वो है जो इल्म में आफ्ता है, जिंदा वो है जो एजुकेटेड है, जिसके जरिए, जिसके एजुकेशन के जरिए इस समाज में वो कंट्रीब्यूशन कर सकता है। अगर आप डॉक्टर बन रहे हैं तो बेहतरीन डॉक्टर बनिए, इंसानियत वाले डॉक्टर बनिए। कभी ये मत सोचिए कि हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख है कि ईसाई है, कि वो अमीर है कि गरीब है, कौन है। आप साफ नीयत रखकर उसको खुदा का बंदा समझकर उसका इलाज करिए। अगर आप ऑफिसर हैं, एक आप कुर्सी पे बैठे हैं जिस कुर्सी से आप इंसाफ दे सकते हैं, इस कलम से आप जो लिखेंगे इस आदमी की तकदीर बदल सकती है। तो कभी ये ना सोचिए कि हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, ईसाई कौन है। ये देखिए कि क्या जरूरत है उसकी, उसको क्या आप सही कर सकते हैं। तो इंसानियत को आगे रखकर सिर्फ आप एजुकेटेड भी हो जाएं तो ये काफी नहीं है। एजुकेशन के साथ ह्यूमैनिटी होना चाहिए, एजुकेशन के साथ इंसानियत होना चाहिए। हमें जो पूरी उम्मीद है कि हमारी कौम का ही नहीं, इस मुल्क की तकदीर बदलने के लिए आप सब एजुकेटेड होंगे, आप सब कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे। आने वाले दिनों में पूरी दुनिया में हिंदुस्तान, भारत, इंडिया एक ऐसा मुल्क बनेगा जो पूरी दुनिया में इंसानियत का मैसेज जहां से जाएगा और यहां के लोग जो एजुकेटेड रहेंगे, आप लोग रहेंगे, इस दुनिया को रास्ता दिखाने वाले रहेंगे। इतना कहते हुए मैं हमारे सुभान को, जो एक नौजवान है, एग्जम्पलरी काम कर रहे हैं, मुबारकबाद देते हुए, और ख़ास तौर से काजू साहब इतनी दूर से चल कर आए हैं। अगर आप उनके बारे में नहीं जानते तो गूगल जाइए, ऑनलाइन जाइए, देखिए कि अगर कोई खड़े होकर सच बोलता है, अगर कोई किसी चीज को उस वक्त पर कहता है जब पूरी दुनिया या कोई डर के मारे या कोई माहौल बनाकर हुकूमत प्रोपेगेंडा कर एक ऐसा माहौल बना देती है कि अगर वो गलत भी है तो खड़े होकर सच बोलने की कोई हिम्मत नहीं करता। इसलिए हिम्मत नहीं करता कि माहौल इस तरीके से बन गया है। उस मौके पर भी काजू साहब ने खड़े होकर सच बोला है। उन्होंने कभी केयर नहीं किया कि हुकूमत क्या सोचेगी, मीडिया क्या सोचेगी, समाज क्या सोचेगा, लेकिन जब सच कहने का मौका आया तो उन्होंने अपने ज़मीर की बात सुनी और उन्होंने सच कहा। और उस सच की वजह से आज जो मुल्क में भाईचारा जो थोड़ा बहुत बचा हुआ है, जो मोहब्बत बची हुई है, वो इसलिए बची हुई है क्योंकि मोहब्बत को ख़त्म करने, इंसानियत को ख़त्म करने कितने भी लोग कोशिश कर रहे होंगे, मुसलसल हमला कर रहे होंगे। मार्कंडेय काजू साहब की जैसे शख्सियत, हमारे संतोष हेगड़े साहब की जैसी शख्सियत आज सच बोलने के लिए इस समाज में बिना डरे खड़े होकर बात कर रहे हैं और इंसानियत को बहाल करने के लिए जो उनकी कोशिश है उस सब को हमें सराहना है और हमें उनके हाथ मजबूत करने हैं। शुक्रिया। इतना कहते हुए मैं अपनी बात खत्म।
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address and for encouraging the young achievers. I'd like to just take a moment to welcome our guest. She is a distinguished member of the Karnataka High Court, Justice Perugu Sri Sudha ma'am. We are truly privileged to have her amidst us today. Known for her integrity, deep knowledge of law, and unwavering commitment to justice, let's put our hands together to welcome her.
Our next speaker is Mr. Nasir Ahmed, MLC and Political Secretary to the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Let us welcome sir to the podium. Please address our gathering, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a great privilege to be here for a few minutes among all the bright future students who have outperformance. Particularly, this program has brought the presence of Justice Kajju and Santosh Hegde Sahab and Madam Sudha Sahab, Justice Sudha. It looks that the very presence of them, all the students here should take the inspiration. I don't know, many of you may know much about them, but I appeal and I request you, you should, whatever resources you have, you try to see, then you will definitely get the inspiration. Today you are here as students. Tomorrow you are the future of this country. Most of you are appearing for the UPSC exams, medical exams, and services. Whether you become a doctor or you become a IPS officer or IAS officers, the motive is service to the humanity, service to the country, service to the nation. That should be the motive behind. Whatever background you might have come, whatever background you must have been brought up, but your focus on studies and your intention that you should achieve, as Mr. Subhan said, to dream. The dream should be a bigger dream. Everybody should have a dream. And most of you here, I believe you must be having a dream. And you must be having a good intention. That intent what you have, if you work with focus, I believe Allah Ta'ala will show the ways, and you will get the achievements, and you will be successful citizens of this country. And I am very proud that a young man like Subhan, with his conviction, with his vision, I saw him from quite closely from many years. Every time he comes out with some great assignments, he always dream big. And I think that his intentions are good. That's why the success is coming to him. Allah is kind to him. Allah is showing the ways to him. So today, he has become a household name, not only in Bangalore, not only in Karnataka, also many neighboring states. I wish him all the best. And most of the young students are also there. My only request to you is, today, Mr. Rizwan Arshad said that तालीम की बहुत सख्त ज़रूरत है, और मुझे ये बताना भी आप लोगों को बड़ी खुशी के साथ बताना चाहता हूँ कि अभी तकरीबन कर्नाटका के अंदर जैसा प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेस में IAS, IPS, KS इस तरीके के एग्ज़ाम्स होते हैं, यहाँ पर KSAT एक एग्ज़ाम होता है, KSAT कहते हैं उसको. There are only those students who have been qualified with double graduation, like MA, MSc, MCom. They are qualified to sit in the exam. It is been conducted by Karnataka Examination Authority, KEA. Totally large number of students participated. 10,000 students have got through, passed. Out of 10,000 students, category B, 1,800 students have cleared. And I am very proud to tell you, in general merit, another 1,000 students of our community have cleared. Totally out of 10,000, 2,800 boys and girls have cleared those exams. That is the qualification to become a lecturer in the colleges. All those guys who have cleared 2,800 boys and girls, they will be employed as lecturers in the colleges. It's a history. I mean, I could see our students, our parents, they are now looking forward that their children should be qualified, they should be given education, मतलब उनको तालीम देना चाहिए, मतलब हर तरीके से, मतलब मैं देख रहा हूँ कि बहुत कोशिश हो रही है पेरेंट्स के अंदर, अच्छी से अच्छी कॉलेज में जमाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. यही उसका नतीजा है कि अभी आपने ये भी देखा होगा, वी हैव नियरली अबाउट 80 मोरारजी देसाई रेसिडेंशियल स्कूल्स इन कर्नाटक. totally about 80 Morarji Desai residential schools are there in Karnataka. 80 स्कूल में वहाँ पर बच्चों को रहने के लिए उनका खाना पीना रहना पढ़ाई सब कुछ फ्री होती है और वहाँ का जो रिजल्ट इस बार आया है it is 92%. I am very happy to share this information. And we also have nearly about 280 Maulana Abul Kalam Azad schools. That we have to still improve there. That the average results what we have got this time is somewhere near 62%, but still I think we should be able to make better performance in Maulana Abul Kalam Azad schools. And as you know, the government is also having an arrangement in Hajj House. We are conducting the classes for UPSC, KS, and there also we are tied up with some of the faculties from Delhi and all. They are teaching them, coaching them. It's a second year. When we called for the application, we are supposed to take about 360 students. When we called for the application, we got a huge number of applications, something like more than 20,000 applications had come. So likewise, there is a revolution. I can say that there is a movement in the community. Allah का फजल है कि हमारे लोगों के अंदर एक तरफ से तालीमी मैदान में दिलचस्पी ले रहे हैं और बच्चों को पढ़ाने की कोशिश हो रही है. मैं समझता हूं कि ये कोशिश अगर आगे इसी तरीके से होना चाहिए, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चे भी फोकस होकर अगर पढ़ेंगे तो कामयाबी आपके ज़रूर आपको कामयाबी मिलेगी. मैं एक बार फिर फाल्कन इंस्टीट्यूशन को मुबारकबाद देता हूं कि आप लोगों ने एक रेवोल्यूशन लाया है कि बहुत कम दिनों के अंदर आप लोगों ने ये बताया है कि अगर कोशिश सही तरीके से होती है तो उसमें कामयाबी भी मिलती है. बस इन चंद अल्फाज के साथ मैं अपनी जगह लेता हूं. अल्लाह हाफिज़.
Thank you, Nasir sir, for enlightening the gathering with the importance of education. Now I request Justice N. Santosh Hegde sir to address our gathering. Please give a huge round of applause.
Very good morning to you all. Dignitaries in the dais and the chief guest of the day, Justice Markandeya Karju, Dr. Abdul Subhan, Mr. Nasir Ahmad, Mr. Rahim Khan, Mr. Rizwan Ashad, Dr. P.C. Jaffer, Mr. Abdul Ahad, APS, Justice Sudha, and other dignitaries present here, invitees, and my dear students. I deem it an honor to be here in front of you today, though I have gate crashed into this program. I wanted to meet my colleague and brother, Justice Karju, so I couldn't have given any other time except coming here. And that has given me an opportunity of sitting in the dais and observing the program. I really, really deem it an honor. For me, addressing the students has become a habit. As a matter of fact, as of yesterday, I have addressed 1,855 educational institutions because I have faith in the youth of this country, and I have an ambition to see that the youth will change the present situation in this country. I'm not talking about politics. I'm not a politician. I worked in many positions, but after coming into the institution of Karnataka Lokayukta, I felt till then I was a frog in the well. I did not know the sufferings of the people. I was comfortable, and I thought most of the people in the world were comfortable. Having worked in Karnataka Lokayukta for a short period, I realized the sufferings of the people. I wonder, what was the cause for it, After a great bit of deliberation, I formed an opinion. The present day problem is not because of the individuals, but it is because of the society in which we are. When I was young, I lived in a society which respected good people and felicitated them. It punished the wrongdoers. It is not a court punishment. For example, if in my village somebody committed a mistake or went to jail, my parents would tell me not to go near that house. It was a punishment not only to the man who committed the crime, but also to the other members of the family. So at that point of time, people were afraid to commit mistakes, and the number of people who committed mistakes were far few. But today, things have changed. Today's society respects only money and power, nothing else. You talk to them about an honest man, the reply will be, oh, what a useless chap. He doesn't take, he doesn't allow others to take. This is the definition of an honest person in the present day society. Unless we change this attitude of the society, I think things are going to be very, very difficult, my dear students, especially for you in your future. We have developed very much in this country, but more than all of that, a disease called greed has developed much more. Just to give you some example to show how much greed has developed, in the decade of 50s, out of many, many scams, I'm giving you one example of a scam called Jeep scam. Importing Jeep vehicles from Great Britain for our soldiers. Some people in power swindled 54 lakhs of rupees. In the next decade, there was a scam called Bofus. Not one, there'll be hundreds, but I'm giving you only one example. Bofus, people swindled 64 crores of rupees. Then came a scam called Commonwealth Games. There, some people in power swindled 70,000 crores in one scam. Then came a scam called 2G. In that scam, 1,76,000 crores were siphoned off. Then came a scam called Colgate. In that, 1,86,000 crores were siphoned off. These figures are not created by me. You can go to Google, mention the scam, you get the figures there. Imagine if all that money had not been siphoned off, how much development that would have taken place in this country. The former Prime Minister, late Rajiv Gandhi, in 1985, made a public statement in Mysore, where he said in 1985, out of 1 rupee government gave for development, only 15 paise reached the target. My dear students, it's your future. What's your part in it? This disease called greed has got no treatment. It's not afraid of the punishment by court of law because it takes so much of time. Most of the time, by the time final court gives a judgment, the accused may not be alive. The only way we can control this disease called greed is by inculcating a value called contentment in life, tripti as we call in vernacular. If you have contentment in life, you won't get greed. Now, contentment doesn't mean that you get a degree, you get a job, then you become a fakir. No. Everybody must have an ambition to become somebody rich, ambition to become powerful or get powerful posts. There is nothing wrong in becoming rich, but it should be legitimately. By not becoming rich by putting your hand into somebody's pocket or stone into somebody's plate. That will never, ever give you happiness in life. I've seen people from very close quarters who have made billions and billions of rupees, but who do not get sleep in the night. Recently, I saw a photograph of a very powerful person being raided. And his house, they showed 252 crores of rupees in cash bundled up and kept when being seized by the investigating agency. How would he have got sleep? He'll be thinking when the ED will be raiding, when the IT will be raiding, when the robbers will come. That will be the only thing. That money will never, ever bring you happiness. Happiness comes from the money you earn legitimately. for that you require this value called contentment. Contentment simply means being happy with what you legitimately have. It could be 1 million, it could be a few thousand. You have to adjust your life towards it. I have followed it. I have indicted 3 chief ministers of Karnataka in 3 different political parties. How much money do you think they would have given me? My dear students, content gives you a lot of happiness, unlike money you make from wrongful sources. Similarly, like contentment, there is a requirement of one more value. That's called humanism, what we call in Kannada as manaviyate. We are not born human beings. There is no species called human beings. We are born to a species called Homo sapiens in science, which has got nothing to do with humanism. Our elders have written in poems in Kannada, they have written, Ene agu, ene agu, ninge bekadavanagu, adare modalu manavanagu. Become what you want to become in life, but become a human being first. What are we saying? In accordance with that writing, I myself have been conveying to the students, whenever I go to schools and colleges, my message. ಹುಟ್ಟುವಾಗ ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟದೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಜೀವನ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಯುವಾಗ ಮಾನವನಾಗಿ ಸತ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತ ಗೌರವ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. Though not born a human being, in the journey of your life you acquire humanism and die as a human being. There is no better glory than that. My dear students, I'll give you 2 or 3 examples of my experience in Karnataka Lokayukta, then I'll conclude. In 2011, a youngster called Harish Nanjappa was riding a motorcycle in the suburbs of Bangalore. There was a lorry following him with a punctured rim in the tire, in the front tire. There was an accident where the rim bent over his body and the body was cut into 2 pieces. But he was alive. There are a lot of people who were photographing, videographing the scene. He asked them for a little water. Nobody gave. The ambulance came, it picked the 2 pieces of body and was put in the ambulance. He was still alive. He told the staff, please tell the doctor to donate my eyes. Look at the contradiction in terms. What sort of a human beings are we? We know the person is dying. All he wanted was a sip of water. Of course, you might not have had it carrying with you, but you can go to the nearest house, get some water and give it. But no. Look at this youngster. He knew he's dying because of somebody else's mistake. He's not angry. He thinks in terms of giving relief to somebody else by donating this thing. My dear students, becoming a human being is something which will bring peace in your house, will bring peace in your locality, it will bring peace in the country. Inculcate that. You don't have to buy these values in a medical shop. But very unfortunately, there is no way today where you are told about all these things. When I was young, my parents told me the do's and don'ts of life. If I made a mistake, I was corporally punished. When I went to school, there was a subject called moral science. Today, parents have hardly any interaction with the children. Working parents are busy with their laptop and computers. Not working parents are busy watching serials in the television. The boys are given, or girls are given an iPhone, and they live on the iPhone's values. And it has got no value at all. Now coming to, that's about humanism, coming to the thing about the greed. In 2011 itself, a couple came from Bagalkot with a 6-month-old child. I asked them, what's your problem? They said, this child looks perfectly all right, but this child has no rectum. It eats through the mouth, defecates through the mouth. The local doctor said, don't worry, because there is treatment for this. Take the child to a specialty hospital where the pediatric surgeon will rectify it. Believing that, they took the child to a government medical college hospital. The pediatric surgeon examined the child and said, I'll do everything all right, but it will cost you so much money. money is not expenses, money is bribe. Husband and wife had borrowed some money, they knew what was happening in the government offices and taken the money and gave that money to the doctor. The doctor counted that money and says, for this money, I'll make a hole near the rib cage. The fecal matters will go out from there. The child has to wear a bag throughout life. What sort of a people are there? He must have prayed to God, give me education, make me a doctor, make me a pediatric surgeon, give me a government job. God gave everything. And he was being paid handsomely to do that job. But the greed didn't allow him. Karnataka Lokayukta officers did not take the child to another government hospital. They took the child to the Manipal hospital in the old airport road, where my treatment was going on, and I requested them to treat the child because we don't have any money to pay, and they did it. That child is today a 16-year-old girl. In the last birthday, she was brought to my flat. They requested me to wish them. I'll just finish it. And that is the prevailing situation today. My dear students, I request you to inculcate these two values and see the consequences. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlarging our collective perspective towards greed, humanism, and contentment, which will surely provide for a shift in the paradigm of all those who are present under this roof today. Thank you so much for your insightful address. Next, I'd like to welcome our chief guest, Justice Mr. Markanday Kadzur, sir, to please come up on the podium and deliver his address full of wisdom. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
You can raise it a bit. It's on. No, you raise it because I'm a tall man. Yeah, definitely. It's okay? Yeah. Salaam alaikum. Namaste. Good morning to everybody. पहले तो मैं माफ़ी मांगना चाहता हूँ कि मुझे आपकी ज़ुबान कन्नड़ा नहीं आती है. So you will have to excuse me. I cannot speak in Kannada. I don't know. I know English and Hindi. If you want, I can speak in English. Or if you want, I can speak in Hindi. I'm comfortable in both equally. Or all those who want Hindi, please raise your hands. Okay, all those who want English. Oh, there are more English. All right. So, may I speak in a mixture of the two, if that's okay? Khichdi language, Mili Juli. Oh, okay. My elder brother, Honorable Justice Santosh Hegde, who is one of my ideals. In fact, he is the third ideal whom I have met since I came yesterday to Bangalore. 3 heroes. The first one was Justice Venkatachalaya, whom I met last night at his residence. He is 96 years of age. One of the greatest Chief Justices of India this country has seen, who maintained very high standards of integrity. This morning I met my second hero, that is Justice Shivaraj Patil, at his residence, and I had breakfast with him. Another great judge of the Supreme Court who maintained very high standards of integrity. And third is before you, Justice Santosh Hegde, all my seniors. When I was a High Court judge, they were Supreme Court judges. So, and the fourth one is Justice Ravindran, whom I'm meeting this evening. He was my contemporary. Bangalore, well, it was known as the Garden City. I believe now it is known as the Silicon of India, Silicon Valley of India, because of the IT industry. You have produced great jurists like the ones I have named just now, great scholars, great IT professionals. and excelled in various fields. So it is a great honor for me to have been invited by Mr. Abdul Subhan and his colleagues to come here and to address you. Today I'm going to speak on a topic which is of very crucial importance for India. That is our national aim. देखिए, किसी को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि हिंदुस्तान में हो क्या रहा है. Nobody can understand what is going on in this country. Total confusion, like people groping in the dark. You don't know which way we have to go, what is our way ahead, what has happened to us, what is the correct path. So I have come to explain all this because this is of utmost importance for the whole nation. And therefore, you will give me a little time and bear with me, because what I'm going to explain to you is something very vital for this country. Dekhiye, our national aim must be to abolish the massive poverty, massive unemployment, appalling level of child malnutrition, skyrocketing prices of essential commodities, almost total lack of proper health care and good education for the masses. These huge socio-economic problems we have to abolish. This is our clear-cut national aim. On this there will be no compromise. I'm not a Democrat. I don't permit freedom of speech and all. If you want to say that there should be poverty, there should be hunger, there should be unemployment, I'm not going to permit it. In that sense, I'm dictatorial. I don't believe in accepting nonsense. So this should be our clear-cut national aim. Some people say we have the fastest growing economy and our GDP is improving and all lies. What is the truth? The truth is every second child in India is malnourished. According to Global Hunger Index, if you go on Google, you will find we were at position number 101 out of 125 countries surveyed, but in the last 5 years we have slipped to position number 107. So we have dropped by 6 places. 6 places we have dropped. Out of 125 countries surveyed, and more than half of our children are malnourished, stunted, wasted. This is the reality of our country. About unemployment, 12 million youth are entering the job market in India every year. 12 million, 1.2 crores. But less than 500,000 jobs are being created in the organized sector of the Indian economy. So where do the remaining 11.5 million go? They become hawkers, vendors, bouncers, stringers, criminals, beggars, suicides. Girls become prostitutes. If one chaprasi job, PN's job is advertised by the government, there are thousands of applications, many of them MSc, MBA, PhDs, engineers begging for a chaprasi job. This is the truth about your country. And the position is getting worse. Prices, you all know, they are skyrocketing. Asman chhu rahi hai daam. Essential commodities, aata, dal, jo garib aadmi khata hai. How the poor man is existing, I can't understand. Healthcare. You see, proper healthcare is not available to the poor man. I live in Delhi, and I know in Delhi there are some very good hospitals, Max, Fortis, Apollo, Medanta, and so on. State-of-the-art hospitals. But they are exorbitantly expensive. The poor man can't go there. So where does the poor man go for medical treatment? He goes to quacks. See, quackery is rampant. I know in North India, I had cases before me when I was judge of the Allahabad High Court. Quacks had set up polyclinics. And when I made inquiries, they had no proper degree. They had a degree from Bihar, and when I made some inquiries, it was found there is no there's so-called medical college, there's no land there, there's no building there, there's no medical college, but certificates are being given. And these quacks, they are several times the number of regular doctors. But what can the poor man do? He can't afford to go to a regular doctor because it's very expensive. So he goes to quacks. In Hindi they are called jhola chhap doctors. Jhola chhap. I don't know what they are called in Kannada. If you go to All India Medical Institute, which is one of the premier medical institutes in India, in Delhi, it looks like a railway station. Thousands of people are sitting there, nobody bothered about them. For days they are sitting there, nobody cares for them. And just across the road there's Safdarjung Hospital. The same is the situation there. This is the position of your healthcare. Education. See, fortunately you people have some good education, but how many schools are like that? In India, most schools are in a horrible condition. There are no proper teachers. The teachers are appointed by paying some bribe. It's a job, not a teacher should be a man on a mission. Teaching is a mission, but most teachers, they just give some bribe to get a job. This is the situation of most schools, the level of education which is provided. So, now how are you going to abolish all this? Because this has to be a national aim. This has to be abolished. This can't be tolerated. It can only be abolished by transforming India into a modern industrial giant like another China or United States. Now, how do you go about doing it? Because you see, unless you transform India into a modern industrial giant, you can never abolish poverty or unemployment or malnutrition, lack of healthcare, etc. Because even for setting up a small primary school, it costs a huge amount of money. You have to buy land for the school, then you need money for the building, you need money to pay salaries to the teachers, etc. Where is all this money going to come from? Money doesn't fall from the sky. It comes from a highly developed, large-scale industry. That alone can generate the wealth which can provide for the welfare of your people. So we have to transform India into a modern industrial giant, and we have all the potential for it. You know, I go to America very often. My children are there. And I'm often invited to universities to give talks. What I find is American universities are packed with Indian or Pakistani professors of mathematics, of engineering, of science, full of them. We have a huge pool of technical talent which is required to transform a country from a backward country to a modern industrial giant. So we have no shortage of technical talent. We have brilliant scientists, we have brilliant engineers. In 15, 20 years, we can transform India into another China or USA. See, Japan, I'll give you one example. Japan was a very, very backward country under the shoguns. That was before the Meiji Restoration of 1868. Before 1868, Japan was ruled by the shoguns. Well, technically the emperor was there, but the real power was in the hand of the shoguns, who kept Japan very backward and feudal. It was a poor country. But in 1868, the Meiji Restoration took place. And power passed into the hands of the advisors of the emperor, who were modern-minded people in Japan. They sent their representatives to America and Europe, and they got engineers from there. They set up technical institutes in Japan. They set up industries in Japan. Within 10, 15 years, Japan was transformed from a backward feudal country into a modern state. It just takes 10, 15 years. And that's what we can do. We can become like USA or China in 15 years. There's no difficulty. We have all that technical talent. Now, here I must tell you one thing. See, before the Industrial Revolution, which started in England in the first half of the 18th century. And then from England it spread to France and Germany and later to the USA. Before the Industrial Revolution, there were feudal societies everywhere. Now, in feudal societies, the methods of production are so primitive and backward कि वो हल चलता है, खेती के लिए हल चलता है, ट्रैक्टर नहीं है. The killing of the land was done by bullocks, not with tractors. So very little wealth could be generated by those primitive methods of production. And since very little wealth could be generated in feudal society, therefore, only a handful of people, the kings and aristocrats, zamindars, they could be rich. Rest of the people, 95% people had to be poor. Because when the wealth generated is so little that only a handful of people can be rich. This situation drastically changed with the coming of the Industrial Revolution. Now modern industry is so powerful and so big that enough wealth can be generated to give high standard of living and decent life to everybody on earth. Everybody can get a decent life. But what is the reality? Reality is, although 300 years have passed since the Industrial Revolution, yet 2/3 or maybe 3/4 of the world population is very poor. Why? It should not have been so. In 300 years, the whole world should have been enjoying a high standard of living. Why is it happened that 3/4 of the people of the world are still backward and poor, particularly in the underdeveloped countries? Why? See, the reason now you have to hear me very carefully. See, this world is really not one world. ये एक दुनिया नहीं है, दो दुनिया है. Two worlds in this world. One is the world of the developed countries, which means North America, Europe, Japan, Australia. Now even China has joined their ranks. The other is the world of the rest, the underdeveloped countries. That means the countries of Asia, except Japan and China. Then Africa, Latin America, they're all underdeveloped countries. That is the second world. दो दुनिया है इस दुनिया में. And there's a secret rule among the developed countries, but very strong rule, but they keep it very secret. They will never tell it openly, that underdeveloped countries must not be allowed to become developed countries. Under no circumstances must India be allowed to become a developed country. Why? Why is there such a rule? Now, let me explain this to you. Now, to explain this to you, you have to understand a bit of economics, because politics is concentrated economics. Unless you understand economics, you will not be able to understand politics. So permit me to go a little into economics. See, cost of labor is a big chunk of the total cost of production. And if the cost of labor is less, then the cost of production is less. And if the cost of production is less, you can sell your goods at a cheaper price as compared to your rival who has expensive labor. See, there's competition in the market. One businessman eliminates another businessman not with guns or bombs or swords, but by underselling him. For example, if you have a shop where you are selling a loaf of bread for 50 rupees, and next to your shop is my shop, and I'm selling the same high quality and size loaf of bread for 40 rupees. You are selling for 50, I'm selling for 40. What will happen? I will eliminate you by underselling you. In other words, all your customers will leave you and become my customers, and you will be eliminated. Now, the same thing happened on national and international level. To give you an illustration, China was a very poor and backward country before their revolution of 1949. Before 1949, China, 95% Chinese were living in horrible poverty. They were landless peasants living in, बहुत बुरा हाल था, miserable conditions. But after 1949, the leaders who came to power in China, they rapidly industrialized China. They set up a massive industrial base in China. Now that massive industrial base, coupled with the cheap labor available in China, enables the Chinese to undersell the whole world. I often go to America. The supermarkets there are packed with Chinese goods because the Chinese will sell the same high quality good which the American manufacturer can sell, but at half its price. because labor is cheap. Everything turns on cost of labor. Countries which have cheap labor have a distinct advantage over countries which have expensive labor. Like India, for example, has very cheap labor. If we set up a massive industrial base, we can undersell the whole world and Western industries will collapse. Who will buy the expensive goods of USA or Canada or Europe when we will sell the same high quality good at 1/3 the price? Because our labor is cheap. See, everything turns on cost of labor. And countries which have cheap labor have distinct advantage over countries which have expensive labor. Now, if you set up a massive industrial base, as I said, Western industries will collapse, throwing millions and millions of people out of employment. Will they permit that? No, they will oppose that tooth and nail. And how do they oppose it tooth and nail? They do so by making Indians fight each other on the basis of religion, caste, language, etc. Now, once you get this concept clear, things will become clear to you. Why did partition take place in 1947? Again, because these developed countries wanted Hindus and Muslims to fight each other. Why did this Pahalgam attack on 22nd April 2025 took place? Same reason, because selectively 26 Hindus were killed. And therefore those who did this selective killing, their obvious intention was that Hindu-Muslim hostility should be increased. And who will benefit? Again, the developed countries will benefit if Hindus and Muslims fight each other. So the same game is continuing all through. Once you have your basic concept clear, you can understand what is going on in the world. Otherwise, you will not understand anything. So, now see, therefore, the interest of a country like India directly conflicts with the interest of the developed countries. The developed countries' interest is that India must not be allowed to become a modern industrial giant. It must be kept poor and backward and semi-feudal. Our interest, on the other hand, is that we must become a modern industrial giant, because unless we do so, we will never be able to abolish poverty and unemployment and hunger and lack of healthcare, etc. So our interest directly conflicts the interest of the developed countries and the developed of the underdeveloped countries like India. How will this contradiction be resolved? This is a very sharp contradiction. They will not allow you to become developed, and we must become developed. This is direct contradiction. Now, to explain this, first, I want to go a little bit into history, because then I will be able to explain to you how this contradiction can be resolved. First of all, you must understand what is India. आपको मालूम है भारत है क्या, हिंदुस्तान है क्या? Nobody knows. 143 crore people living in India, not a single one can say what is India. Nobody, none of you can tell. I'll tell you. See, this is a country of immigrants. It is like North America. The difference between North America and India is, in North America, people came mainly from Europe over the last, say, 500 years. In India, people have been coming for 10,000 years. But broadly, we are a country of immigrants. 93-94% people living in India today, including maybe all of you. You are not original inhabitants of India. In a sense, you are all foreigners. Your ancestors came mainly from Northwest. See, at one time it was believed that the original inhabitants of India were Dravidians and Aryans came from outside. Now, this theory has also been disproved. Now, the accepted theory is both Aryans and Dravidians were invaders. And who were the original inhabitants of India? They were the pre-Dravidian tribals, known as Adivasis or scheduled tribes, like Bhils, Gonds, Santals, Todas of the Nilgiris. These people who were massacred in large numbers by our ancestors and driven into forests. They are hardly 5 or 6% of the Indian population today. They are the original inhabitants. Dravidians came from outside. See, it is claimed that we Dravidians are the original inhabitants. But this has been disproved. I'll give you two reasoning. Even today, there is a language in Balochistan, which is part of Pakistan, in which a language spoken is called Brahui, B-R-A-H-U-I. Please note it down in your mobile if you've got it. Brahui, which is similar to your Kannada or Tamil. Now this is surprise, you will be surprised. How is the South Indian language being spoken by 2 million people today in Balochistan? I've met many of those Brahui speakers. Their language is similar to your Kannada or Tamil. How? In Pakistan, there's a Dravidian language being spoken today. Obviously, this proves that some remnants of the Dravidians still have survived. And at one time, the Dravidians were living in this area, Pakistan area, and they were driven down maybe by Aryans or whoever. So that is one proof that even Dravidians were outsiders. And secondly, these pre-Dravidian tribals, these Bhils, Gonds, Santals, etc., they do not speak the Dravidian group of languages. You've got a Dravidian group of languages which includes Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, etc. These tribals do not speak the Dravidian group of languages. They speak a group of languages which are called Austric group of languages. A-U-S-T-R-I-C, which is very different from the Dravidian group of languages. So this also indicates that there are three layers. Aryans came from outside, Dravidians came from outside, original inhabitants were the pre-Dravidian tribals. See, people kept rolling into India for 10,000 years. Why? Except on 3 occasions, people went from India outside. One was the indentured labor, which was sent by the Britishers to Fiji and Mauritius, British Guiana, and so on, as plantation labor in the 19th century. Second was a group of people on the western coast, like Gujarat, who went as traders to East Africa. And thirdly, the diaspora over the last 50 years, IIT graduates, doctors, the highly educated people who went to America and all. Except on these 3 occasions, nobody left India. Everybody kept coming into India. Why? The reason is that people migrate from uncomfortable areas to comfortable areas. Obviously, everybody wants comfort. Now, in those days, there were no modern industries. There were agricultural societies. What do you require for agriculture? For agriculture, you require level land, fertile soil, plenty of water for irrigation, and so on. All this was in abundance in the Indian subcontinent. If you go from Rawalpindi to Bangladesh, deep south, Kanyakumari, all level land, fertile soil, lakes, rivers, paradise for agriculture. So everybody kept rolling in for 10,000 years. Why should anybody go from India to, say, Afghanistan, which is covered with snow for several months in a year, rocky, uncomfortable, mountainous? Everybody wants comfort. So people kept and there's no extreme climate. I live in Delhi. The minimum temperature becomes, say, 5 degrees centigrade. It is not minus 30 degrees centigrade as in Russia and all. It is cold, but not killing cold. So it is tolerable. So the climate is relatively not so extreme. So people kept coming into India for 10,000 years because this was ideal for agriculture. And that is why there's so much diversity in India. Tremendous diversity. So many religions, so many castes, so many languages, so many ethnic groups, etc. You compare India with China. You see, you have a population of over 140 crores, so does China. Their population is also about 140 crores. But there's broad homogeneity in China. All Chinese have got Mongoloid faces. They look like Mongoloids. 95% Chinese belong to one ethnic group called the Han, H-A-N. They have one common written script called Mandarin. Mandarin is also a spoken language, but there are some other spoken languages like Cantonese and Hakka and all, but written language is the same. So there's broad, not absolute, but broad homogeneity in China. On the other hand, in India, there's tremendous diversity. So that is because whichever group of immigrants came into India brought their own religion, their language, their customs, their culture, and so on. That is why, that explains the tremendous diversity in India, because this is a country of immigrants. So the only policy which can work in this country is the policy of the great Mughal Emperor Akbar. It is called Sulh-e-Kul. See, Akbar tried two policies. One, he tried to form a common religion called Deen-e-Ilahi, but that was a failure. But the second policy, this is Sulh-e-Kul, was a great success. Because Sulh-e-Kul means giving equal respect to all religions and communities. Akbar he is the father of the Indian nation. That is why the Mughal Empire lasted so long, for 300 years, because it was inclusive. It took everybody together. Akbar had in his own court Hindus on a very high level, like Raja Todarmal was the finance minister of the Mughal Empire, and Akbar and Birbal and Man Singh were great generals. So everybody was given respect. And that is the only policy of Sulh-e-Kul, which can keep this country together and take it on the path of progress. Presently, what has happened? In the constitution, it is mentioned secular. De jure, you are secular, but de facto, you are becoming Hindu. Now, if you make it like this, you are then treating non-Hindus as inferiors. And what will be the result? The people in the northeast, they are overwhelmingly Christians, like Nagas, Mizos, they are Christian. They will say, we will secede from India. You want to make this country a Hindu state, that means we must become inferior. This is not acceptable to us. We have our self-respect. We will not live in a country which treats us as inferiors. So the northeast states will secede. Kashmir is predominantly Muslim. They will say, we will secede. Sikhs are demanding Khalistan. You know, you're going to have many partitions. This country will be balkanized. It will be broken up. If you adopt this policy that this will be a Hindu state, with some elements as you know, are trying to do. So, see, people criticize Islam. I can tell you, why did Islam spread in large parts of the world, from Spain to Indonesia? Some people said that Islam spread at the point of the sword. But which Arab army went to Indonesia, which is 90% or 95% Muslim? There was no Arab armies going to Indonesia. So this is not correct that Islam spread because of force, by the sword. Islam spread because of the great message of equality. It treated everybody as equals. It gave social emancipation to the depressed classes. We, in our own Hindu society, we treat Dalits as inferior. At one time, they were treated almost like dogs. Islam spread in the world because of the great message of equality which the great prophet taught. That is why I respect the great prophet. And also, the prophet said, for knowledge, go even to China. So of course, the word China is a metaphor. It means for knowledge, go wherever you can find it. At one time, it was a very rational religion. And that is why science developed a lot in the Arab countries at one time. So this is why Islam spread. But the communal people, now see, let me now clarify one thing. There was no communalism in our country before 1857. Please note this. 1857 के पहले कोई सांप्रदायिकता, फिरका परस्ती नहीं थी हिंदुस्तान में. Before 1857, Hindus and Muslims used to live like brothers and sisters, help each other. Hindus would participate in Eid and Muharram, Muslims would participate in Holi Diwali. कोई problem नहीं था. It is true that the initial Muslim invaders who came into India, they broke a lot of Hindu temples. This is correct. Like Mahmud Ghazni broke the Somnath temple, it is correct. And many other invaders did the same. But the descendants of the Muslim invaders, like for instance, Babur was an invader, but his grandson Akbar was not an invader. He was born here in India, he lived all his life in India. So the descendants of the Muslim invaders, they in fact, far from breaking temples, they would give grants to Hindu temples. See, this part of our history has been concealed in our history books. Our history books have been distorted by the British and their followers. The first part that the Muslim invaders broke temples, that is mentioned. Ki Mahmud Ghazni broke Somnath temple. But what is not mentioned was a 10 times longer period when the Muslim rulers, they promoted secularism. They gave grants to Hindu temples. They was all, it is all documented. These documents are in Persian, and for thousands of years, this happened. For example, Tipu Sultan, who belonged to your state, Karnataka, it is blamed that he was communal. Far from being communal, Tipu Sultan used to give annual grants to 156 Hindu temples. 156. If you don't believe me, you do one thing. You write down on your mobile, on Google, history in the service of imperialism. History in the service of imperialism. This was the name of a speech given by Professor B.N. Pandey in the Raj Sabha, Upper House of Indian Parliament, I think in 1978 or so. He was a professor of history in Allahabad University. Then he went as governor of Odisha. Then he gave this speech, History in the Service of Imperialism, where he's mentioned great details. See, the Muslim rulers, their 80-90% population was Hindu. And they realized that if they broke temples every day, there would be a revolt or some disturbance. Every king wants to live in peace and comfort. No king wants disturbances in his kingdom. So, in their own interest, the Muslim kings promoted secularism. They would give grants to Hindu temples. So it is absolutely incorrect that all the Muslim kings used to destroy Hindu temples. What happened in, see, the Mughals, except there's a controversy about Aurangzeb, otherwise the Mughals used to celebrate Holi Diwali and so on. The Nawabs of Awadh used to organize Ram Leela and so on. See, what happened was in 1857, that is a watershed, you must understand this. 1857, the Great Mutiny broke out, in which Hindus and Muslims jointly fought against the British. Now, after suppressing that mutiny, the British decided that the only way to rule India was divide and rule. That is, make Hindus and Muslims fight each other. And you can, if you go and read that speech on Google, History in the Service of Imperialism by B.N. Pandey, you will find mention of the letters coming from the Secretary of State for India in London to the British Viceroy saying that make Hindus and Muslims fight each other. The dates of the letters are given, the name of that Secretary of State for India is given, the name of that Viceroy is given, the contents of the letter are given. Many examples you will find. So deliberate policy after 1857 was, to make Hindus and Muslims fight each other. There was no communal problem, no communal riots before 1857. All communal riots start after 1857. They were artificially created. See, the British collector would call the Hindu Panditji at night secretly, give him some money and say, from tomorrow start speaking against Muslims. Similarly, he would call the Maulana in the night, give him some money and say, from tomorrow start speaking against Hindus. Then agent provocateurs were hired. that some cow was slaughtered. Overnight, the carcass of the cow was thrown into a Hindu temple, and on the wall it was written, Allahu Akbar. So when Hindus would get up in the morning and read this, they would think all Muslims are evil people, bad people, and all kill a pig, throw the carcass of the pig in a mosque, and write on the wall, Jai Shri Ram or Jai Bajrang Bali, so that when Muslims would get up, they would read this and they would think all Hindus are bad people. See, this policy was pursued year after year, decade after decade, from 1857. Then in 1909, the Minto-Morley reforms came. Separate electorates. Hindus can only vote for Hindu candidate, Muslim can only vote for Muslim candidate. Then Aligarh Muslim University was created. Banaras Hindu University was created. How can a university be Hindu or Muslim? University means universal for everybody. But no, Hindus and Muslims must be made to fight each other. So you must have a Hindu university, you must have a Muslim university. Then this idea was created that Hindi is the language of Hindus, Urdu was the language of Muslims. The truth was that Urdu was the language of everybody. Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, padhe likhe logon, educated class were all writing and reading in Urdu. My grandfather only knew Urdu. Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh told me that he writes all his speeches in Urdu. Urdu was the common language of everybody. But this, to create hatred between Hindus and Muslims, an artificial language called Hindi was created. Hindi is no language actually. The language of the common man is Hindustani, not Hindi. So the difference between the two is, see, in Hindi we say udhar dekhiye, ya udhar dekho. In Hindustani we say that. Hindi mein kahenge udhar avlokan kijiye. Now does the common man ever use the word avlokan? Common man says udhar dekho ya udhar dekhiye. He will never say udhar avlokan kijiye. But you have to create a language artificially. Hindi is an artificially created language. The language of common man was Hindustani and the language of the educated class was Urdu. But again, to make Hindus and Muslims fight each other. So this policy chalti gayi, year after year, decade after decade, ultimately resulting in partition. देखिए, ये जो पाकिस्तान है ना, it is a fake country. पाकिस्तान कोई मुल्क नहीं है. It is part of India. It was bound to be reunited with India. Pakistan क्या है? Pakistan is Punjab, it is Sindh, it is Balochistan. These were all part of India for 500 years from the time of Mughal Emperor Akbar. I have a lot of Pakistani friends. I talk to them on WhatsApp. हिंदुस्तानी में हम बात करते हैं, वो हिंदुस्तानी हमसे जवाब देते हैं. एक ही जुबान है, and culture is really based on language, not on religion. तो हम लोग की culture एक ही है. Indians और Pakistanis की. We are actually one country. पाकिस्तान तो फर्जी मुल्क है. It is bound to be reunited with India. वो बनाया गया था इसलिए ताकि हिंदू मुसलमानों को लड़वाना है. The whole game of the developed countries was this. Even after the British left in 1947, communalism has continued. अब इधर क्या है? In recent years, what you have noticed, lynching of Muslims, bulldozing houses of Muslims, atrocities on Muslims. वो कोई जय श्री राम नहीं कह रहा तो पिटाई करो उसकी. There was this professor, Mahmoodabad, of Ashoka University in Haryana. He had only written that Muslims are being lynched, which is a fact, and he has been arrested and put in jail. Umar Khalid, who got a PhD from JNU for 6 years, he's in jail for nothing. There's no real charge against him. And this is our judiciary. Pardon me, my brother Santosh Hegde, this is what has happened to your judiciary. Your job was to protect the rights of citizens. That is what you are paid for. And lots of Muslims are in custody for years. Umar Khalid, what is there against him? I can't find anything except that he's a Muslim by name. For 6 years, and these Supreme Court judges, they postpone his bail application. Postpone करते जा रहे हैं. अरे bail application, when a bail application would come to me, within 2 weeks I would decide it this way or that way. I would give 1 week time to the government to file counter affidavit, and within 10 days or 2 weeks I would decide it. आप यहाँ चला जा रहा है, year after year, cases are not being heard, delayed. Are you really acting as the guardians of the liberties of the people, which is your solemn duty as a Supreme Court, High Court judge? So now coming back to the central point which I raised, that how can we transform India into a modern industrial giant? Because that alone can radically change the situation and abolish poverty and unemployment, hunger and so on. How can our problem be solved? See, one thing is very clear, that they cannot be solved within the present constitutional system. Because in our constitution, you have provided for parliamentary democracy. And how does parliamentary democracy function in this country? Everybody knows. 90% people, when they go to vote, they don't see the merit of the candidate, whether he's a good man, bad man, educated, uneducated, criminal, non-criminal. सीधे सीधे भेड़ बकरी जैसे, like sheep and cattle, जात बरादरी पे वोट डाल दोगे कि हम आप लिंगायत है कि वो कलिग्गा है. इस पे तो he may be a good man, criminal, but he will लिंगायत, I will vote for him. बहुत अच्छा, wonderful system. 90% people behave like sheep and cattle. कि लिंगायत को देना हमें, या क्या वो कलिग्गा कहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं? वो कलिग्गा, even if he's a criminal, he's dacoit. That is why there are so many criminals in parliament and state legislatures. Because you are not voting on his merit, you are voting on his caste. This is your parliamentary democracy. You see, casteism and communalism are feudal forces which have to be destroyed if India is to progress. But parliamentary democracy further entrenches them because it runs on that basis. So it entrenches, it makes stronger these feudal forces. How can parliamentary democracy do any good to your country? And mind you, this country is permanently in an election mode. हिंदुस्तान में 28 स्टेट्स हैं और 8 यूनियन टेरिटरीज हैं, 28 states and 8 union territories. So somewhere or the other, either elections are taking place or preparations for elections are taking place. Like in Bihar, elections are due in October. उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं तो माहौल permanently we are in an election mode. और election जीतने का क्या तरीका है? How to win election? By polarizing society, by spreading hatred, by inciting on religious or caste basis hatred. ये तो आपकी पॉलिटिक्स हो गई है. Pardon me, यहाँ बैठे हैं हमारे MLA साहब, चले गए क्या? Is he gone? Left. I have no respect for politicians. I must tell you, I am a very blunt man. I have no respect for politicians. Most of them are rogues and rascals. They are crooks, hoodlums, gangsters, mafia. They are deceivers. They have no genuine love for the country. They only seek power and pelf for themselves or their families. कोई देश से प्रेम है इन लोगों को? बस वोट मिल जाए हमको. By hook or crook, I must get vote, I must get elected. सत्ता मिल जाए, power मिल जाए. At least I can't have any respect for such people. सारे देखिए, all our institutions have collapsed. आपकी जुडिशरी, अब देखिए बैठे हैं जस्टिस संतोष हेगड़े, बैठे हैं मैडम सुधा. Is this a judiciary or a joke? You take 25 years to decide a case. Who is going to wait for 20? By the time it is decided in appeal and second appeal or writ, whatever, 25, 30 years have elapsed. If you filed a divorce petition against your wife, you're a young man, by the time the case ends in appeal, second appeal, your hair would have turned white. Then what is the use of it? You want divorce to get remarried again? ये आपकी जुडिशरी और जोक, तारीख पे तारीख पड़ती. पुअर लिटिगेंट जो फंस गया Date after date, and then what kind of a judiciary is it which takes 25, 30 years to decide a case finally? Mazak hai? It's a joke. And more than half the judges, by the way, are corrupt. Mr. Shanti Bhushan, a very eminent lawyer, a former Union Law Minister, filed an affidavit in 2009, I think, in which he gave the names of, he said out of 16 former Chief Justice of India, 8 were definitely corrupt. And mind you, these are Chief Justice of India. 8 were definitely corrupt. 2 about which there is some doubt whether there is corrupt or honest. 6, they were definitely honest. He has given the names, and he's not an ordinary man. He was Union Law Minister and top Supreme Court lawyer. कितना corruption फैल गया है आपके judiciary में? तो क्या, is it not a total collapse of your system? Some people ask me, I said, yes, close down the law courts. You don't need your law courts anymore. And this is the way you're going to function. You're taking 25 years to decide cases, and half of you are corrupt, then go home, pack up, resign, and go home, get out. We don't need a judiciary. क्या फायदा है इसी judiciary से? I am a very straightforward talker. I don't believe in talking nonsense. आपकी पार्लियामेंट में क्या होता है? चिल्ला रहे हैं, shouting, screaming, कुछ नहीं है, कुछ होता है. Bureaucracy, police has largely become, politicized. They were meant to be independent organs, but they have all become agents of the politicians. ये क्या पूरा system आपका collapse कर गया है? So what is the solution then to the problem? देखिए, I am very clear cut. I have no confusion. You people may be under confusion. I have no confusion. The way out for the Indian people is to launch a mighty, united people's struggle, which is going to last 15, 20 years, and which tremendous sacrifices will have to be made. And thereafter culminating in a revolution which will set up a political and social order under which India rapidly industrializes and the standard of living of the people steadily rises and people get decent lives. This is the only way out. Some kind of revolution is coming in this country because everything else is collapsed. But for this revolution, you need patriotic, modern-minded, selfless leaders, which presently are not to be seen. अभी तो जो आपके नेता हैं, ये 2 कौड़ी के लोग हैं. They are men of birth, men of straw. They are nothing. Of all parties, I am not blaming up any particular party. 2 कौड़ी के, they are not worth even talking to. I don't even like to talk to politicians. Such worthless people these people are. अब देखिए, as I said, I am not a supporter of democracy and freedom. See, remember one thing. The test of every political activity is one and only one. And that is, does it raise the standard of living of the people? Does it give people better lives? That is the end. Freedom and democracy can only be a means to that end. It is not the end in itself. So too much democracy and freedom should not be allowed. Democracy means caste and communal vote banks. This is democracy in our country. Do you want this? And if feudal forces are being further strengthened, this is your democracy. I'm against democracy. China में कोई democracy नहीं है. Chinese leaders, their one aim is to keep on industrializing, developing the industries. China has become, very powerful. आपके यहाँ क्या leaders का क्या aim है? कि राम मंदिर बनाना है, काउ प्रोटेक्शन करना, ये आपके कंट्री लीडर्स का एम है. दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन चाइना एंड आप जानते हैं देखिए, recently there was a 4-day war between India and Pakistan. Now in this war the Pakistanis used Chinese aircraft and missiles, whereas we used French Rafale and Mirage and Sukhoi and all. But the Chinese weapons, aircraft and missiles proved superior to us. They knocked out, destroyed many of our aircraft. What does it prove? It proves that China has gone ahead of Europeans in technology, because these weapons, modern weapons, can only be a product of modern industrialized economy. So China has gone ahead in industrialization as compared to Europe. It has not come up to the level of USA, but it has surpassed Europe. So, क्योंकि वहाँ leaders, they don't permit democracy now. सीधे industrialization बढ़ता जाएगा. Rapidly they are increasing it. आपके यहाँ क्या है कि राम मंदिर बनाना है, वही है आपका प्रायोरिटी. अभी yesterday it was announced yoga day. अरे खाने को है नहीं, पेट में रोटी नहीं है, योगा करो. You don't have a job, but do yoga. Wonderful. Are these not stunts and gimmicks? You know, you are treating your people to be fools. You think your people are fools, उनको योगा करा रहे हो. अरे भाई उनको नौकरी चाहिए, उसको रोटी पेट में चाहिए, मगर उसका नहीं, रोटी और नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी, योगा करो. Very good, very good. अच्छा, अब now see, presently India is not passing through the period of revolution, but before the actual revolution breaks out, there is a period of ideological revolution. We are passing through that period of ideological revolution. See, for example, in France there was a revolution in 1789. But before 1789, for several decades, there was an ideological revolution led by great thinkers and writers like Voltaire and Rousseau and Diderot and so on, which attacked the feudal system, attacked religious bigotry and so on. So India is presently passing through the period of ideological revolution, which is a precursor, which precedes the actual revolution. Or isme all of you thinkers can play a great role in attacking feudal ideas like casteism and communalism and so on. That is your patriotic duty which you have to perform. अब देखिए एक चीज़ आप बता दें and then I will conclude. Hear me very carefully. See, the problem is not how to raise the production. You've got modern method, you can increase steel production or copper production, you can increase production of anything, any number of times. The problem is that people are too poor to buy that. Problem is of purchasing power. आप production बढ़ा देंगे मगर वो बिकेगा नहीं because people are so poor they can't buy it. Now what happened in the Soviet Union, let me just tell you. In 1917 there was a revolution in Russia. The real industrialization of Russia started in 1928 with the adoption of the first 5-year plan. The methodology adopted in that 5-year plan was this. Every 2 years, the prices of commodities were reduced by 5 to 10%. Every 2 years. So steadily the prices are being lowered and lowered. The central government fixed all the prices, and every 2 years the prices were reduced by 5 to 10%. Now this resulted in increase in the purchasing power of the masses, because with the same income, now you can buy more goods because the prices are going down. So this way the domestic market was expanded by this methodology, by steadily reducing prices and simultaneously stepping up production. So what production you increase could be absorbed in the domestic market. Broadly, this was a method adopted in the Soviet Union. Basically, you have to rely on the domestic market. You can't rely on foreign markets, because reliance on foreign markets is very precarious. They may be cut off by some foreign power, or there may be a recession in that foreign country where you sell goods. 95% of to be stable, you have to rely on the domestic market. So you have to increase the purchasing power of the people. And I told you the method adopted in the Soviet Union. Now you may not adopt the same method as in the Soviet Union, you may adopt some other method, but you have to find out some way of how to raise the purchasing power of the masses so that the increased production can be absorbed. This is what you people should start thinking. Now, there are many other things which I want to talk about, but I'll conclude by just a bit of literature. ये जो पहलगाम अटैक हुआ, in which 26 Hindu tourists were killed on 22nd April 2025. Within half an hour of that attack, entire media started shouting, Pakistan ne kiya, Pakistan ne kiya. Acha, I was interviewed, and I said, well, what is the evidence that it was Pakistan who did it? See, those people who killed those 26 Hindus, they disappeared into the jungles. Now, who were they? Whether Hindus, whether Indians, Pakistanis, who supplied them weapons, whether they had a mastermind, we don't know anything. आपने चिल्लाना शुरू किया, पाकिस्तान ने किया. मैंने कहा, this reminds me of two literary pieces. One is Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar. You see, when Julius Caesar was assassinated, the Romans were very angry at his assassination. So they came out on the streets searching for the assassins. Now, one of the assassins was a man called Cinna, C-I-N-N-A. But the mob caught hold of a man whose name was also Cinna. But he was Cinna the poet. So he started shouting, why are you catching me? I'm not Cinna the assassin, I'm Cinna the poet. So the Roman mob said, then hang him for his bad verses. He writes bad poetry, and they killed him. So what I mean to say is that mob mentality is emotional, not rational. They want to kill someone. किसी को अब आपने पाकिस्तान को पकड़ लिया, पीटो, he's a good whipping boy, मारो. No investigation, done nothing आपने. दूसरा piece है Alice in Wonderland. उसमें there is one character called the Queen of Hearts. Anybody brought before her, she would say, off with his head, sir काटो. So somebody said, what about holding a trial before cutting off his head? What about giving him a hearing? She said, no, that will come later, first cut off his head. So आप यानी you all are behaving like this. कि साहब पाकिस्तान ने क्या, without investigation, Pakistan ने, अच्छा, when I said all this in my interview, immediately I was branded as anti-national, pro-Pakistani. People started attacking me. कि तुम पाकिस्तानी हो, तुम आपने कहा भैया ठीक है, sorry. यानी you can't even raise questions, or you'll be branded as an anti-national. So there are many other things I wanted to talk about, but I was told to conclude now. So you will excuse me now. I have many things to say, but on the next occasion, I will say that also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your extremely insightful address. We hope that we follow over all the keynotes you have delivered. Now we'll just look forward to welcoming a few personalities, but first I'd like to go with Mr. Rahim Khan, sir, who is the Minister of Municipal Administration, Government of Karnataka. With a round of applause, please let us welcome him. I'd like to also welcome a personality of magnanimous support and great force, driving the institution with sheer resilience. She is none other than the Vice Chairman of Falcon Group of Institution, Mrs. Afia Hamid. With a round of applause, let's welcome ma'am on the podium. I request you to please come up on the stage, ma'am. I request the principals of Falcon PU College, Miss Vasanti ma'am and Mrs. Shabreen ma'am, to felicitate her.
With a huge round of applause, let us welcome Afia ma'am. Our most awaited event, the segment of our event, is the felicitation of NEET toppers. So let me invite Subhan sir to the podium to take this segment forward.
We wanted your august presence also for the few students' felicitation.
These students are those who, one of the first name I would like to call, one of the salesmen who usually, any salesman would earn 10,000, 20,000 maximum. And for a salesman to have a big dream is always a difficult thing. And this man first saw the dream, and somehow he believed in the dream of his daughter. And that girl by name Aisha Siddiqa came to us. And alhamdulillah, she studied. She became doctor, now studying in government medical college, got a government free MBBS seat. And that was the biggest moment in that family. Because for a salesman, that was a big thing. Then second time again, another boy came in. He passed out 10th. Then that boy also, the second boy also came to us. His name is Sayyid Muhammad Attar. And that boy joined us in 11th, last year. And in the first time, he wrote 12th board examination this year. He wrote NEET examination this year. He wrote JEE examination this year. In 12th board, his result was 96.8% marks. In JEE, his result was 97 percentile marks. And in the NEET, he is 582 marks. With that, he is All India third rank, almost 3,100 rank out of 24 lakh students. Can we have Dr. Attar here on the stage with the parent? Parents are also there? Come, fast. Can we have next student be ready, please? It's a proud moment for the entire family, and he is one of the topper of the country and the state today. We have another girl from a very small village of Karnataka, Sirsi. Do we have Umme Ayman and his parents also here? There are 3 daughters the father has, and everybody used to say that you have only daughters, what will you do? But the God's grace is such that there are no more 3 daughters. There are 3 doctors in the family now. Can we have Dr. Umme Ayman Sunti here? 3 daughters are there, all 3 are doctors now. 99.9 percentile marks in the physics, which is highest in the country, one of the highest marks. Doctors, please. Can we have next Sheikh Lubna Kausar? I remember the father migrated from Andhra only for the child's studies now. Alhamdulillah, she has got one of the top performance in the NEET this year with 558 marks, All India below 8,000 rank. Please come over. Do we have Nadia? Shirish, I think father also is here. Can we have Dr. Nadia? I remember both father and mother, both are from the medical profession. Not a single day they ever spoke to me. And Alhamdulillah, she wrote the NEET this year and she cracked it with more than almost All India 8,000 rank out of 24 lakh students. Can we have Mr. Rahim Khan Sahab honoring the girl after Justice? This girl, you can continue, sir. Next, do we have Halimat Shaima? Halimat Shaima. Aman is there. Umme Kulsum MI. Do we have Umme Kulsum? Please come here. Halimat is also there. Very good. Give a big round of applause for my very small place. Rahim Khan Sahab. This girl has come from the coastal Karnataka, stayed in our hostel. She is cracked with All India 10,000 rank out of 24 lakh students. It's a great performance. She will get government free MBBS seat in the top medical college of Karnataka. Can we have next Umme Ayman, Umme Kulsum MI? A great, please come here, bete. This girl, I remember the parents also there. Lot of sacrifice from the father. Please come that side today. Lot of sacrifice from the father. Runs a timber business, and today she is getting into top medical college. Do we have Rida Ambar here? Rida Ambar. Mariam Ejaz. Mariam Ejaz, please come forward. Ayman S. Please come forward, bete. Fast. This is Ayman, I think. Ayman S. Father is a two-wheeler spare shop mechanic. Very good. She has performed this year and cracked NEET with the top performance. Give a big round of applause for her. Mariam Ejaz, doctor, please come here. Please come. Can we request next to do the honors, Mr. Justice Markande Kaju sir, to do the honors for the remaining students also. This boy, Muhammad Affan, do we have Affan? His father was also there. I remember, is he there? Yes, please come. Father is also there. And Hafiz, he runs daily auto. First, he dared to dream. I'm talking about the power of dream. This father doesn't have hope that anything can be possible in the family. He lives in a very urban slum called Goripalya. You cannot imagine the situation. But first, his daughter came to us. Now she is studying in Dr. Ambedkar Medical College. Government free MBBS seat daughter got. Now the second son came and he is also getting government MBBS seat this year. Congratulations. Come here today. You go back today. Give the shawl. First give the shawl. On the boy. Give the shield. You give it. आप उधर बच्चे के बाजू सरिए. Azra is there. Please come, Dr. Azra, fast. Rauza Fatima, next, be ready, bete, come fast. Sadia Ifat, be ready, bete, come far. All the students, please come near to the stage. With the parents, if the parents are there, that's good. Azra, father is a very humble work. He's I think a fridge and the AC, the mechanic. But the daughter is going to be a doctor now. That's a great performance. Give a big round of applause for her. It does not matter what your father is, what is their profession. What matters is what efforts you put. And that is what these children has proved. It no more that whole concept that doctors' children can only become doctor. You all can see now, with their effort, these children have done those wonderful results. Congratulations to everybody. Can we have Rauza Fatima? Come here with it. Congratulations. Sadia Ifat. Oh, congratulations with it. Come. Medical. Yeah, all are doctors. Yes. All are MBBS. They are going to get MBBS. Yes. We have this. Her father is also there. Yes. Congratulations. He's running an electric shop, but the daughter is going to be in government medical college and will get a government free MBBS seat. Do we have Noman Hashmi? Great story. His elder brother came to me. Rahim Khan Sahab, his father is a alim in a masjid. He is he's the imam of a masjid in Makkah Masjid, Bangalore. First elder brother came to us. He is studying government medical college, free seat. Now the second son, he is going to be doctor in the top medical college of Karnataka. Do we have Sabrin? Sabrin is there. With the father, you can come. Father is there? Come. Thank you. Just please have seat. Can we have Mr. Ahad Saab to please honor this girl? Father is an Arabic teacher. And the daughter is going to get into government medical college, free of cost. In Arikere, one masjid is there. There he is for imam, salary is 10,000 rupees. For them to dream to send the children to medical is a very distant dream. And that is what is getting realized here. They're all going to get into government colleges for free of cost. That is a government seat. Kausar is there? Do we have Kausar from Bangalore? Agriculturist daughter, is she there? Sayyur Rahman? Siaur Rahman. Oh, come here, bete. Lot of efforts. His father runs a stationery shop in Bangalore. and he has done this time great performance. Gonna get into Government Medical College. Muhammad Sufyan Jamshid. Sufyan Jamshid. Shazmi Fatima. Please come ready. Sufyan, please. Next is Shazmi. Can we request yes. Top medical college, government free MBBS seat. This Shazmi is again inspiring story. She is raised by a single parent. Now she is gonna be getting into a government medical college. Raised by a single mother, unimaginable. Mother puts all the efforts and the child has performed now. Zainab Tawfira, do we have the Zainab Tawfira? Please come forward, bete. Fatima Shaima also come forward. Zainab Tawfira, father is a cab driver, but now she is gonna go to the medical college. Fatima Shaima. Madiha Kausar, be ready, bete, come fast. She is also from Bangalore, your hometown. Amara is there? Come fast. Yeah. Rida Saeed. Congratulations, bete. Madhya, right? Father is a welder, and she is going to get into a government medical college. Welder, welding shop. Rida Saeed, Rafia Taj. Come forward, far. Amara is there. Sana Fatima. Mehrin Nisa. Niyaz. Give the shawl. This is for? Can we request Abdul Manan Sir Saab to join? Muhammad Akmal. Arafa. Asifa Praveen. Come fast, bete. Rabia Basri. Fatima Hafiza. Fast. Zahida Bano. Sadia Sitara. Abdul Rahim. Come fast. Come, bete. Congratulations. Finally you made it. Come. ये अशफाफ के फादर हैं, बच्ची गाँव गई है इनके. प्लीज आइए. यू ऑल्सो डिजर्व. नूर अफशा. नाइफा रुहाब. उवैस is there? Yeah, come fast. Rida Farheen. I remember Uwais' father is also there or not? Who's a alim in the masjid, Hafiz. He gives khutbah, I think, and today the boy is going to be medical college. Please come at the next. Shawl is there? Come fast. Next. Kiran Ansar, Suhail Mujawar, Masira Saifi, And we have a few very special students. One is Mr. Isa Hakim is not here, but his father is here on the stage though. He's been selected for the under 16 to play for the country now. He's doing really very, very well. So though he's not here, he's playing now the match, very important match. Mr. Bahauddin, he's national champion in fencing championship. He is a great performer. We have Yusra Akif, and Akif is also there. Muhammad Akif. Oh, you are there, bete. He's a fencing champion of our Falconite. Please, please. Oh, fencing hota na? हाँ, he's a champion, national champion. Yusra, she is one of our doctor who has got medical seat, government medical seat, and also national champion in the women boxing. Congratulations. She recently participated in international competition, represented India in Tashkent. Do we have Mudassir here? Come. Mudassir's first sister studied with us. Sister is doing MBBS now. Now the Mudassir is selected for Ranji Trophy in Karnataka. So, performance in all fields. Congratulations to both of you. Yes, Ranji Trophy. Yes. That I don't know. Maybe batsman. All-rounder. All-rounder hai. Yes. There are, I think, many more we may not be able to call, but next we will go for Mr. Rahim Khan Sahab. Before, just two names, Afshan and Ismail, can you come fast on the stage? It is come fast. Ayan Akif is also there. Come fast, bete, on the stage. Please. Rahim Khan Sahab. ये डॉक्टर हैं दोनों ये लड़की ये लड़का भी and the next one who is coming, he has represented India already 3 times in the international competition, 3 consecutive year national champion in क्या बोलते बेटे उसको MMF आजकल बहुत चल रहा है वो रिंग में MMF खबीब बोल के एक बहुत फेमस गेम है. He is a national champion, 3 times consecutive national champion, a Falconite. He is a second year in the Falcon College. Second PUC student. I know there are many students we could have called, we are not able to. It is already, I think we are exceeding our time. I request, I will not take further more time, Rahim Khan Sahab, I request you to please come over here because his story is nothing but the struggle, what 90% of Falconites go through is what he has gone through. The challenge was very real for him. It was not an easy journey for him when he came first to Bangalore. He will tell you his story. आसान नहीं था इनके लिए. Challenges, रोज खाना खाने के लिए challenges होता था. From that moment where he was not able to find 2 times meal in a day to becoming a minister in government of Karnataka for municipal administration today and running various colleges across Karnataka. Over to Mr. Rahim Khan Sahab. I request you to please speak to everybody. Before that, I want all these children to take one group picture. Can we stand with them or can we stand next to them? These children? No, you can. Okay, we will just take a picture with them, then Rahim Khan Sahab can speak. Just come here. All of you please stand properly. All of you. Few of you can come there. Those who are not in the... There are very many more students we could not call because of the paucity of time. over to Mr. Rahim Khan, sir. Please come over the podium, sir.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. मैं बिल्कुल शॉर्ट 5 मिनट्स में ख़त्म करता हूँ. I heartily welcome Markanday Kadu ji, most famous former Supreme Court judge, and Justice Santosh Hegde ji, former justice, and another High Court judge, Sudha Madam, also this function present, and Nasir Bhai also, Manan Bhai, Abdul Asad Bhai, IS, IPS, and everybody you know, Subhan Bhai, main administration and key person of Falcon institution. इसके लिए Falcon मैनेजमेंट, टीचर्स, स्टूडेंट्स सभी को मैं बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद देता हूं, क्योंकि आज बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट गेस्ट आज के कार्यक्रम में, आज के फंक्शन में आपके लिए, स्पेशली स्टूडेंट्स के लिए सुभान भाई बुला के एक मैसेज देना चाहते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को कि पूरे हमारे देश, भारत देश में इतने रिस्पॉन्सिबल और इतने बड़े पोस्ट पे रहकर भी आज आपके इसमें मिंगल हो के आपके सामने बात किए हैं, तो मैं फॉल्कन स्टूडेंट्स सभी स्टूडेंट्स को बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा भी करता हूं। खासकर फॉल्कन एक बहुत फास्ट बेंगलुरु में और कर्नाटक में बहुत ही फास्ट नाम, एक इमेज एजुकेशन में वो दिए है, क्योंकि बेंगलुरु में कई सालों से बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस एक से एक टॉप कॉलेजेस यहाँ पे है, आप सभी को पता है, और स्पेशली एक माइनॉरिटी इंस्टीट्यूशन के लिए वो जगह बनाना बहुत ही मुश्किल है आज के पीरियड में। लेकिन फॉल्कन इंस्टीट्यूशन बेंगलुरु में एक नाम बना है और बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स को मेडिकल होंगे, नीट होंगे, दूसरे फील्ड में वो टॉप प्लेसेस में लेके जाके प्रूव कर दिए। और खासकर इनके इंस्टीट्यूशन में जितने मोर देन 50 या 80% स्टूडेंट्स गरीब परिवार से आए, पैसे वालों के बच्चे तो बड़े बड़े इंस्टीट्यूशन जिसका नाम है खाली नाम के ऊपर उधर चले गए, लेकिन यहाँ इस इंस्टीट्यूशन में ऐसे फैमिलीज को जो उनको कहीं पे भी मिलना मुश्किल था, और ऐसे फैमिलीज के बच्चों को अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन में लेके वो प्रूव कर दिए हैं कि थ्रूआउट इंडिया में कहीं पे भी टॉप प्लेसेस में, चाहे मेडिकल होंगे, चाहे इंजीनियरिंग होंगे, चाहे यूपीसी एग्जामिनेशन होंगे, इसके अंदर टॉप प्लेसेस में स्टूडेंट्स गए हैं, हमको पूरा मैसेज है। तो मैं सुभान साहब को, उनको पूरी टीम को गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कर्नाटका की तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, धन्यवाद बोलता हूं। और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कर्नाटक की तरफ से जो भी सपोर्ट चाहिए एजुकेशन के लिए, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कर्नाटका रेडी है। हमारे चीफ मिनिस्टर सिद्धरामैया जी भी, DK शिव कुमार जी भी, हम सभी स्टूडेंट्स को जिस तरह से भी सपोर्ट चाहिए, चाहे स्कॉलरशिप होंगे एंड अदर वे हॉस्टल्स होंगे, उसके लिए वी आर रेडी है। और अभी जस्टिस काटजू जी बहुत डीपली बताए, बहुत ही डीपली बताए, लेकिन आज सिस्टम पूरा चेंज हो गया है। मैं एक दो तीन एग्जाम्पल देके बात खत्म करता हूं। आज लोग जात पात के बहुत ही हो गया है। जितना एजुकेशन, जितना इम्प्रूवमेंट, जितना हर चीज़, शायद वर्ल्ड हो या देश हो, एजुकेशन भी, टेक्नोलॉजी भी, इम्प्रूवमेंट भी इसलिए होता है कि हम सच्चाई को समझे, हकीकत को समझे। लेकिन उसका उल्टा हो रहा है। जितना एजुकेशन हो रहा है उतना जात पात आ रही है, जितना टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ रही है उसमें लोग बिगड़ जा रहे हैं। अभी मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं। अभी हम इस हॉल के अंदर बैठे हुए हैं, हम जो ऑक्सीजन ले रहे हैं, जो सांस ले रहे हैं, आप छोड़ रहे हैं, वो कम से कम छोड़े तो मिनिमम 100 फीट तक वो रोटेट होता है। आप छोड़ रहे हैं, हम ले रहे हैं, हम छोड़ रहे हैं, आप ले रहे हैं। अब ये राउंड में कितने सभी समाज के लोग हैं, पूरा मिक्स हो जा रहा है। यहां पे कोई जात पात नहीं आ रहा। इंसान जब खामोश है, हम सब लोग मिक्स हो जा रहा है इसमें ऑक्सीजन, सभी जात के मिक्स है हर जगह। वहां पे ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं करते। बाद में जात पात की बात तो होती है, मगर ऑक्सीजन बराबर लेते हैं। नको तुम ये जात के मत, तुम मत आओ बोल के नहीं बोल सकते। खुदा यहां बताना चाहता है, तुम कितनी जात पात करेंगे, जितनी तुम कुदरत के चीजों को डिस्टर्ब करेंगे, मैं मजबूर कर दूंगा तुमको वो लेने के लिए, वो जात से लेने के लिए मजबूर कर दूंगा। गरीब से तुम ऑक्सीजन लेंगे, बस जब याद नहीं आता तुमको, अपना ऑक्सीजन रोकने नहीं होता तुमको। सभी समाज के मिक्स हो गए इसमें। इस तरह से बहुत से एग्जाम्पल। सूरज है, भारत देश में भी सूरज दिखता है, बेंगलुरु में भी दिखता है। 200 कंट्रीज है, वो एक ही सूरज 200 कंट्री को कंट्रोल कर रहा है। तो खुदा क्या होगा? खाली एक सूरज, एक चांद पूरे 200 कंट्री को कंट्रोल कर रहा है, 200 कंट्री को रोशनी दे रहा है। जब वहां जात पात नहीं आती, यहां हमारा भारत देश में है तो ये मेरा खुद, ये कौन सा खुदा कंट्रोल कर रहा है? फिर दूसरे कंट्री 199 कंट्रीज में कौन सा खुदा कंट्रोल कर रहा है सूरज को? बड़ा टाइम निकल रहा है। ये सूरज, चांद, ये जितने वर्ल्ड है, मतलब जो समंदर है, पानी है, 1/3 है, ज्यादा है हमसे, इंसानों से, धरती से 1/3 ज्यादा समंदर है। वहां पे भी कंट्रोल कर रहा है सूरज, चांद। तो लोग जात पात की बात करते हैं, डीप में सोचे तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है। बहुत से लोग हमारे पास 99% लोग आते हैं, सर आप मिनिस्टर है, MLA, हमको एक ब्लड बैंक, एक खून का बॉटल दिला दीजिए बोल के बहुत परेशान हो के आते हैं। हर 2 रोज 4 रोज को लोग हमको खून का बॉटल चाहिए बोल के। तो कई लोगों को मैं पूछा हूं, आपको वेजिटेरियन चाहिए, नॉनवेज चाहिए, कौन से कम्युनिटी का चाहिए, कौन से जात का चाहिए? आज तो कुछ नहीं बोल रहे, वेज, नॉनवेज, कम्युनिटी, कास्ट, आज बात नहीं हो रही, खाली खून के बॉटल की बात हो रही है। तो ऐसे बहुत से एग्जाम्पल है कि लोग समझते नहीं। तो मैं खासकर फाल्कन स्टूडेंट्स को ये बताना चाहता हूं कि यहाँ पे सबसे पहले मैं देखा हूं कि डिसिप्लिन सिखाया जाता है। ऐसा कहीं पे भी बहुत कम स्कूलों में है जहाँ पे जो फाल्कन के कुछ स्टडी को लेके दूसरे ह्यूमैनिटी ग्राउंड्स पे भी बहुत सिस्टमेटिक, सबसे पहले यहाँ पे कैरेक्टर, ह्यूमैनिटी, सिस्टम, लोगों को हेल्पिंग नेचर, और ज़्यादा गर्ल्स है। मैं गर्ल्स के बारे में क्या बताऊँ, वो बहुत ईमानदार होती है और हेल्पिंग नेचर होती है और कमिटमेंट, जो जिम्मेदारी देती है बहुत ईमानदारी से निभाती है। आपके नेचर में खुदरत वो भरा है कि आप लोग जिम्मेदारी बहुत सिस्टमेटिक, बहुत टाइम पे आप कंप्लीट करते हैं। तो आज गर्ल्स का रिजल्ट बहुत टॉप लेवल में, बहुत टॉप चल रहा है। मैं सभी गर्ल्स, क्योंकि आप पेरेंट्स का जो ड्रीम है उसको सक्सेस कर रहे हैं। पेरेंट्स के बारे में मैं कैसा बताऊं कि माँ का एक रूप है, माँ की बहुत बड़ी, सभी आज के सभी किताबों में सभी जगह माँ को बहुत ही इसमें बताया गया है। लेकिन बाप का भी बहुत बड़ा रूल रहता है। बाप को ज़्यादा बताया नहीं जाता पेरेंट्स को, क्योंकि उसका भी बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, वो दिखाया नहीं जाता। माँ तो अपने बच्चों के वास्ते देखती है, लेकिन फादर पूरे परिवार, पूरा सब कुछ लेके वो मार्केट में निकलता है। उसका एक ही ड्रीम होता है कि अपने बच्चे अच्छे हो, सक्सेसफुल हो। दुनिया में दो ही चीज़ है जो अपने बच्चों को उनसे भी आगे ले जाने के लिए सोचते हैं। मेरे से भी मेरे बच्चे पूरी दुनिया में टॉप बन जाए। बाकी के लोग, दूसरे लोग इतना सोचना मुश्किल की बात है कि इस कंपटीशन के ज़माने में कोई आगे चले जाए। तो इसके लिए पेरेंट्स को बहुत रेस्पेक्ट करना चाहिए। मेरे बारे में तो मैं क्या बताऊं, मैं भी बहुत गरीब परिवार से हूँ, बहुत ही सोच भी नहीं सकते लोग, यकीन भी नहीं समझते। मेरे वालिद साहब एक लेबर थे। लेबर बोले तो केईबी में थे लेबर। एक लाइनमैन जब केईबी में लेबर बोले तो वो गड़ा खोदता था, वही पोल डालता था, वही लाइन खींचता था, 4 आदमी मिलके चड्डी पे। मैं 25 पैसे या 50 पैसे पूछने के लिए जब जाता तो 2-3 घंटे धूप में ठहरा करके, तो मैं वो देखते रहता था क्या कर रहे मेरे वालिद साहब, पिताजी। बोले तो वो सब्बल लेके 2-4 आदमी मिलके गड़ा खोदते थे, फिर एक आदमी मट्टी उठाता था, लास्ट में वो पोल ला के बिठा के, फिर वायर बिठाने के बाद मुझे आके बोलते थे, बेटा ये 50 पैसे, ये 1 रुपया मैं शाम में तुम्हारे लिए वेजिटेबल लाने वाला था, तरकारी लाने वाला था, लेकिन मैं तुमको दे रहा हूँ बोल के ये बात बताते थे मुझे। वो आज रिपीट होती, जब तो मुझे रिपीट नहीं हुई, जब तो मैं खुशी से मिल गए मुझे 50 पैसे 1 रुपया बोल के चले जाता था। लेकिन आज वो बात याद आती है मुझे, क्योंकि उस टाइम सिर्फ 10 रुपये उनका सैलरी था डेली पर डे का, वो टेम्पोररी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेस पे थे। तो इंसान किस्मत, मेहनत, ईमानदारी डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं उसको बहुत टॉप पोस्ट पे लग जाती। तो बोले तो बहुत बड़ी हिस्ट्री है कि बेंगलुरु को आने के लिए भी मुझे पैसे नहीं रहते थे। जब बेंगलुरु आए तो भी हम एक दरगाह है, उसमें कई रातें बिताए, क्योंकि इलाज भी नहीं ले सकते थे हम। एक ही चीज़ है जो आज हम, मगर हम हेल्पिंग नेचर थे और ईमानदारी से पढ़ना, एजुकेशन पढ़ लेना, कुछ बड़े पोस्ट पे जाना बड़ी बात नहीं है। हम लोगों को किस तरह से मदद करें, हेल्प करें, ये हमारे दिल में आना चाहिए। और उसी की वजह से मैं आज ये पोस्ट पे हूँ। और मैं आज भी जिस तरह का से भी हो, फर्स्ट हेल्पिंग नेचर किस तरह से करे। मेरे जॉब में अगर कुछ टाइम प्रेजेंट में कुछ नहीं रहा तो मैं किसी को चिट्ठी लिख को देता हूँ, इमीडिएट नहीं है बोल के नहीं बोलता, किसी को फ़ोन करके बोल देता हूँ इनको हेल्प करो, ये दे डालो बोल। तो आप भी एक ना एक दिन डेफिनेटली टॉप पोस्ट पे जाएंगे, क्योंकि टॉप हार्ड स्टडी कर रहे हैं। तो आप भी लोगों को हेल्पिंग करना ज़रूर है। मैं इतना बोलते हुए मैं सभी को बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Rahim sir, for inspiring all of us with your inspiration story. So now I welcome Abdul Ahad sir, IPS, Senior Superintendent of Police, Government of Karnataka, to address the gathering. Ahad sir, please be welcome to the podium.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Namaste and Sat Sri Akal. I will not take more than 2 minutes. Because I respect your sentiments and also the time. Actually, it is crossing nearly, it's 2:30. Just with one message that Mr. Subhan, who is also my co-brother and founder and the brain behind this institution, he has done a wonderful job. And his list of friends includes people like our Justice Karju Sahab, who is a very senior Justice of the Supreme Court of India. And he can be friends with the 7th standard boy also. That kind of quality is very rare, and it is very important in people who are imparting education. So just with one message, that when we are doing our work as a doctor, as an engineer, as a police officer, only one thing we have to keep in mind, as a 12th century social reformer Basavanna said, Kaya Kave Kailasa. Even the Islamic, the rules, they also say that when you are in search of the halal rizq or the righteous earning, you are doing ibadat. That is work is worship. So whatever work you do, you either become a doctor, engineer, or some of you have cleared the UPSC prelims examination, you will become officers in different states, etc. Do your work properly so that you bring good name not only to yourself, you are also bringing a name to your place, to a community, and to your country. That is we are all Indians first. So with this message, I wish all the best for I congratulate all the prize winners, and my best wishes to the Falcon Institute. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Now we come to the last segment of today's event, the formal event. I would now request Mannan sir to come and present the vote of thanks. Please welcome, sir.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मुझे बस 1 मिनट बर्दाश्त कीजिए। आज के फाल्कन ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन के इस यंग अचीवर्स समिट में जो मेहमान दिल्ली से आए हैं, जस्टिस मार्कंडे काटजू साहब, जो फार्मर जज हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के, वो और उनका मैं यहाँ पे आने पे दिल की गहराइयों से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। साथ में जनाब जस्टिस संतोष हेगड़े साहब, फार्मर लोकायुक्त गवर्नमेंट ऑफ कर्नाटका, वो हमारे बीच आए थे। मैं उनका दिल की गहराइयों से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। और कर्नाटका के म्यूनसिपैलिटी और हज मिनिस्टर जनाब रहीम खान साहब अपना कीमती वक्त यहाँ पे दिए हैं, मैं उनका भी दिल की गहराइयों से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। और यहाँ के अभी यहाँ के शिवाजी नगर के एमएलए रिजवान साहब यहाँ पे थे, रिजवान साहब थे, वो चले गए, मैं उनका भी शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। नसीर अहमद साहब जो एमएलसी हैं और सीएम के पॉलिटिकल सेक्रेटरी हैं, वो भी हमारे बीच थे, मैं उनका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। और तमाम स्टूडेंट्स का, तमाम पेरेंट्स का, यहाँ पे जो काफ़ी देर से बैठे हैं और यहाँ की कीमती इस प्रोग्राम में आप यहाँ अपना वक्त दिए, कीमती वक्त दिए हैं, आप तमाम लोगों का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ। खुदा हाफ़िज़।
Thank you, Mannan sir. Now we are dispersing for lunch. Now there's an announcement. The boys of hostel will go down to the basement for the lunch, right? Finish your lunch in 10 minutes and be back. And then girls, please be waited. So let us again show our gratitude to the chief guest and the dignitaries who graced their presence today for this grand event. With a huge round of applause, let us present our gratitude to them. As requested, the boys will go down first. Girls, please remain here, beta. 2:45, you can go downstairs, okay, in the basement. Just 10 minutes, you'll give us time. Yeah? I totally understand. Actually, ma'am, girls' strength is more. Since the girls' strength is more, we are going with this order. Please.